You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Could we rise again as a nation?
What do you mean, could we rise again as a nation?
Okay, because the state of the country.
What do you mean by the state of the country? I don't understand that. Explain me.
Right, the country have plenty money.
Have plenty money?
Yeah.
How you know that? So you have to tell me I have a child. Tell me now. How you know that? Gentlemen, thank you for the day. I can't really understand that.
Oh mama, oh, yo. My nation is giving prophecy unfolding, judgment in morning. I love you still, mommy. When will it end? Tell me, how did we come this way? Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. While the nation still hope and pray, the devil busy, I say. Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, no, I'm feeling the pain for you, mama. Revelation strikes at your corner. Still we are holding on. Your children have lost their way, fighting for survival each day. Oh, no. Going from dawn till dawn. What is happening to my country? Every day is a sacrifice. Blood flowing like water daily. Lives could be lost at any price. The anthem is now a whisper. Some don't care to stand when it plays. The lawless is now in control, so the good folks going away. Oh, my Trinity, strange signs all around we are. The hills are alive in a different way. Your babies are dying, brutally I'm seeing here. Could we rise again, come what may? Yeah. Oh, the mighty dollar, now cast a spell of uncertainty. Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. You see, when the rich is getting richer, the poor must remain empty. Oh, my Trinidad. Know that and Tobago. I say, oh, no, people balling for pain and hunger, inflation, cost of living higher. Can't get no daily bread. So the youth them on top the hill, somehow their bread basket don't fill. Oh, no, so they turn to crime instead. The arms of the state disappointed, still their salaries are daunted. Large increase in the fiscal budget, oil money reach an all-time high. Don't buy no jet for so much of money when the hospitals are in need. Poor people at everyone's mercy, so the hill reacting indeed. Oh, no. Yeah, the people cry, yeah. The hills are alive in a different way. Them who take in we money must pay for it dearly one day. Could we rise again, come what may? Yeah. How could we truly excel in the midst of all this suffering? Oh, my Trinidad. No. Tell me, like Shadow said, poverty is hell, so it seems like the devil is king. Oh, my Trinidad. No. Cocaine and guns in the heart of the ghetto is what we sow, we shall reap tomorrow. Who are we going to blame? Even school children doing crime, well, that is a sign of the time. Oh, my Lord, have we now gone insane? Whilst we kill, we own one by one. Skyscrapers going up in town. Chinese laborers at the core. This new city some shall see no more. So we have to hold on to CPEP 10 days and must to get along. Scraping the bottom of the barrel with all this money in town. My Lord, the hills are alive in a different way. You have to do more for the people. Better wages to ease we struggle. Yeah. Could we rise again, come what may? Yeah. In this abundance of wealth, still the poor people cannot cope. Oh, my Trinidad and Tobago, it is a stark reality. So much have given up hope. Oh, my Trinidad, oh, my Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, my, oh no. Some turn to vagrants in the city, homeless children begging have mercy, Lord. Child abuse have risen again. Look like Jean and Dinah come back in town. The girls and them singing the song. To survive by any means necessary, dignity gone down the drain. Some say the leaders have failed to do right for one and for all. When there is an imbalance of the scale, then the writing is on the wall. If you ignore the plight of the people, well, the devil shall intervene. It's only divine intervention. I hope you know what I mean. Well, is it true that God is a Trinity with all these crimes in sweet La Trinity? No. The hills are alive in a different way.
Population gone, gun control. And
is it true we have all this money in this land of so much poverty? No. The Lord is my shepherd, come what may, yeah. To you the powers that be, hear the cries of the people you see. All this wealth and nothing for we. No. Because of living is too high. This little money the poor can't buy. Oh my, why? There must be a way. There must be a way to help the people today, I say. There must be a way. There must be a way. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. From Genesis to Revelation, in my Father's house are around many mansions. To take care of 1.3 million natural resources, he made provision to feed this nation. Look, we have oil and gas, it's Lake and Mars, and Calypso, Chucky and Limbo. Yeah. When there is no property, crime would decline naturally. Then we could live in harmony. My holy La Trinity, yeah. I love you, mama. I love you, mommy, yeah. My children.
Apple of thine eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wing, O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be. People see you smile, but don't hold the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends.
Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Warsheet, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And as you get in, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-4444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. And as you know, ladies and gentlemen, we always say here we originate, we don't imitate. And this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Medite.
Of course, that is the young man himself, the loved doctor boy, Rani Muhammad. He coined that. And after he coined that, Caribbean Soul wasn't too happy. So Caribbean Soul did this.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life. And as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is done by a young man by the name of Caribbean Soul Boy, Caribbean Soul Big. He big in the dance. He large and in charge. And folks, we always say to you, as you just heard, we bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we put that in words for you. Take a listen.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our pledge to you, the people, that will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me bring in my pal, the young man himself, the one and only, Uncle Tommy. Tommy, how are you going?
Very good, Professor. Good being with you here this evening. How have you been? How was your day?
I cannot complain. Today...
Did any running?
No. So Tommy, I also go and fight my tax appeal today.
Oh.
Yeah, I also go and
That's
today
property,
was my
your property tax.
Yeah, my property tax appeal.
How that turned out?
Well, you never know, but the people, because you know there's some people there too,
Right.
a few of the people told me that I did a splendiferous presentation because you know you had to present before commissioners.
True.
And then the township does have their people there to defend what, you know, to defend their position.
Right.
You know, so let me say this. The numbers they are comparing our house to, Tommy, is 7 figures and higher. I'll put it that way.
Remember, you have a corner property, you know.
Have a corner?
Don't you have a corner property?
Yeah, but I right by the road.
That's what I know. You're on two major roads.
So
well, one major and one minor.
Yeah. Mount Prospect is right there.
Yes.
And so I told the guy, so of course, Tommy, I wrote an opening speech and a closing speech. You know? It's like I class now. So I had an opening statement and I had a closing statement. You
Yes.
And I stick to the facts. That's all I know how to do, stick to the facts. And I stick to the facts, and the commissioner asks the township, well, he has a very good point here. How could you use the highest values in the township to compare his house? Well, my wife and I, to compare the house. He said, well, you come up with an excuse. You have to make an excuse. You understand? So I felt that the presentation went well. So we're going to have to wait and see. As I said, I could give out this information. My taxes went from $14,000 a year to $20,000 a year. And that is not TT.
No.
From 14,000, Tommy, to 20,000. You understand?
Right. A few years ago, there was this company that was advertising that they can cut your taxes. We
You use them?
Yeah, and they worked out.
They cut it for you?
Yeah, the taxes were cut tremendously.
And what was the fee? 1,200?
It wasn't much.
I don't understand what much wasn't much means.
Yeah, it's less than $2,000, if I remember correctly.
2,000?
Yeah.
Well, what do? They keep so what guarantees do they give you?
They got the taxes cut. I'm gonna get all that information for you.
Okay. I mean, I the last time I challenged my taxes, I got it cut too, I challenged it where I lived before. But I challenged it about 4 or 5 times.
And each time you got it cut.
Right. And this time I spoke to the tax assessor and he was willing to go down $50,000 on the tax assessment. Right?
On the value.
No, not the tax assessed value.
Right.
You understand? Because I did us do it. And I said, nah. I ain't think that good enough. So, I took a chance and I went down to I went and I plead my case. And we will see how that turned out. Because somehow I feel, man, that all of them are in cahoots with each other. And the idea is that they want you to pay as much property tax as possible.
As they can possibly get. They bleed out as much as they can.
Now, Tommy, as we're talking about that, right? You know what the PNM people go say? What do you think they go say?
America, they're paying the high taxes, but in Trinidad they don't want to pay nothing.
Correct. And we look at all your complaining about property tax, and all you have to pay property tax. But let me say this: we've been paying property tax from day one.
Always.
So it's something we are accustomed to. It's not something they'll just hoist on me at some point in time, and all of a sudden, I had to pay this extra money. No, we know that when you buy a house in this country, you're going to have to pay some type of property tax. And you get service for your property tax.
That's right.
Right? The schools, the roads in your community, the recreation department,
Garbage collection,
all these type of things you receive for paying property tax. And you know what the wicked, evil PNM government wanted to do? Hoist a 3% property tax on the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And every PNM person that own a house, Tommy, should thank you and I for getting it reduced from 3 to 2%. And now that a new party in power, it is going to be 0%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. If we send us Morby, sorrel, soursop, guava juice, all kind of juices to be sent away.
Yep.
Don't send me nobody's juice. That is all. Send me any kind of juice. All kind of juice they be sending me. And saying thank you, Uncle Tommy on Wall Street. Thank you. Thank you. You save you save money for us. But you know what I will say? They ain't gonna appreciate that.
No, they're gonna say we want to pay.
Yeah. And coming again, soon, coming close to you, no property tax. Okay, hold on. There we go. Hey, look who's this. But wait now. Tommy, you wouldn't believe who's this.
Who? Strictly Noise?
I ain't calling no names. Hello, caller, welcome.
Good evening, Wall Street and Tommy and all in the village.
Yeah.
This is the commissioner. But anyway,
who's this again?
The commissioner that you were talking about. Anyway, Wall Street. Since it's 15 years now since Kamala came in office in 2010. It's 2010.
Yeah.
She scrapped property tax. Nobody paid any property tax, and it's only when just before election they bring up, all right, I'll have to get the people running to pay get TNM say, well, you have to pay property tax because they were supposed to bring it back when they came in. And I was telling the people what to pay property tax for, because when Kamala comes in, that is the first thing she said, how could you charge us and don't charge those people who have malls and Sabga and everything? They weren't taxed. Our government was saying the ordinary people will pay tax, right? You and everybody who has a house. Yeah. And big businesses and things not doing it. And when they ask them why, not yet. Anyway, when Kamala came in office, she scrapped that property tax. Yeah. I don't know anybody. It still are people who must say, I don't know. I don't think it had an office up to pay property tax. That's why the people were getting so much confusion when he brought it back just before election day. And he said you have to pay the property tax, and who couldn't pay who, all kind of confusion. Right? So
Mr. Atlanta.
And of course that is the first thing they will do. Because one thing Kamala believe in it, no property tax. I don't know, she just don't believe in it, how they had it.
Mr. Right? Atlanta, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? What is the mindset of people to want to take money out of their pocket to pay for something and you cannot afford it? What's the mindset of those people? Let me say the PNM people. What is their mindset for you to support something that digging into your pocket, putting a hole in it? And when they put a hole in it, it putting a hole in your pants. It putting a hole in your shoes. What type of people does kind of impose that oppression on themselves?
Right, but remember, everybody right? Some people, you remember, it's not you didn't have money. Even if you have money to pay, why they will harass you, Wall Street, for your property tax. And SABGA and all the malls and all the big places and all who have not paying property tax. They're living on the moon. If property tax was supposed to do whatever it's supposed to do, right? So it's only doing who on a certain street. You remember all of us travel and use the nation. And so I had agree with no property tax in the way they were doing it. And I'm glad as Kamala came in, that was scrapped.
Yeah, he scrapped the tax. Axe the tax.
Right?
Yeah.
And then so now she said that how she will go back again and think because and of course even paying the people who pay property tax, you know, they're giving them back their money.
Yeah. You know, so Mr. Atlanta, Gordon, Dryden, Joseph, and all the rest of them who have property and paid property tax and get a refund, right? They should be singing when UNC win, everybody wins.
Well, and they're singing it. I presume everybody's singing it.
Now them don't want to sing that. Them afraid to sing that.
But in reality, whether it's PNM, UNC, once an administration comes in office, they see about the whole country, whether good, bad, or indifferent. Some people do it properly, right? Even with Dr. Rowley, and that's why I tell people you all allow things. Because when you become into office, whoever is there, if you win election tomorrow, you are in charge of the whole country. It is not a PNM or UNC administration. And I always tell people that it's not that they have to see about everybody.
No, but Mr. Atlanta, it is a UNC administration that has to take care of the country, though.
What is that?
It is a UNC administration that has to take care of the country. It is an administration run by the UNC.
Listen, yes, I said whoever wins, whether it's UNC, if tomorrow, next year, or last year, whoever wins the election, whoever becomes in office, that person sees about the whole country. Actually, the two, it's supposed to be the UNC, the opposition, and the administration. Between the two, the 41 seats is the government.
But that is not the PNM modus operandi. That's not.
I know. Well, that's how you all think. So that when
I mean, that's how you all think. But that's the truth. The former prime minister stood up on a platform and says you don't have a problem making the rich richer so they could create opportunities for the poor. That's looking out for everybody.
Because we're talking to fools when you say that, who's going to believe it? Who's believing it? If you don't have a mind of your own and can't think critically, you say, hear what he says. It's not what he says, what you says. I always say when it comes to politics, it's what you said. It's not what they said. I don't know if you all take it that way. I don't know. Fine. But it's not what he could say anything he wants. He could say, he coming by you, and pick up whatever you want to pick up. And you will say, all right, because I'm massa. You remember you all still have them down as massa.
Mr. Atlanta, I want to thank you so very kindly. And I'm happy to know that you finally, things work out with you and your daughter and you are able to call the program again.
No, it's not things work out. I might be able to call later or tomorrow or anything. It has to work out with me.
All right, things will come with you. No, for that. Things will come with you. Things will come, and you're allowed to call again. Thank you so much.
Okay, there.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Bye bye. Don't me worry.
Yeah, boy. Thanks, Miss Atlanta. Let me enter this phone.
Huh? You ever call it? Yeah, Miss Atlanta.
Wall Street, I forgot it. Actually, I was to call you a little while ago to tell you thanks very much for your coverage of the elections, really and truly, because I was down, wasn't, my usual self.
Yeah.
But I was to tell you thanks very much for, the work you did on you and Tommy on the station. And it was very good how you kept the people up balanced and upbeat. And I would like you to get a round of applause. I don't know who's going to give it to you, Tommy or yourself, but I would like to give you a round of applause because you're always giving people a round of applause. So I would like to give you a round of
All right.
I want to hear it.
Thank you. We go figure out how we go do it.
I suggested that last one. Yesterday I suggested that.
All right. So you wanna do it?
Yeah, we have to give.
Yeah, we had to give WZYE 95.9 FM a round of applause.
But especially you, Professor Wall Street, because you did a splendiferous job.
I appreciate any compliments that people throw my way. I appreciate it. I just say thank you very kindly. You know what I mean? So in the meanwhile, Hanif was first in. While you get it to me, I will just read some things here. Hanif was first in. Blessed afternoon, pro Uncle T and all villagers. Hope you all having a marvelous Monday filled with all of God's choices, blessing. Mr. Intellectual say, if this is the modus operandi of the PNM, no wonder why the country has not progressed for the past 9.5 years. It seems that they don't want the country to progress. All the time those PNM supporters waiting for a little kakada, they ain't get nothing. 2 days and they want everything. How come it's only when another government in power they know what they want?
I have a call. I have a call. Let's take this call.
Okay. And it says the worst thing it takes them 9.5 years to know what they want.
Caller, you live. Go ahead, caller. Don't listen to your computer. Listen to your phone. Go ahead, Mr. Saga. You are live. All right, call back.
Yeah. Yeah. The worst thing it takes them 9.5 years to know what they want, that they wanted, but still a vote against the same thing they want from the new government. Hey, look, Capitan, boy. Capitan, boy. Capitan. And if forward looking. No, you're asking how it go look. Capitan. Takesha, welcome. Good night, everyone in the village. Hey, that's our original. No? And someone told me good day. Yeah, original. Shanika, right? Welcome, Shanika. Blessed evening, Wall Street and Tommy, and all in the village. Yeah. Time one talk, boy. Good evening, everyone. One love forever. Let's work in unity to rebuild our nation. Mickey the Ghost Rider. A very blessed day to all of Trinidad and Tobago. Peace and blessings as well, man. VS boy, you're inside. Balls, Uncle Tommy. Good evening to you. Good as well as all listeners. Cool Runner. Good evening to you. Good evening, Wall Street.
Oh, you're live. Go ahead. I'm not hearing you. Not hearing you, caller.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Tell him try back.
Yeah, try it again.
You ain't hearing at all?
No, I'm not hearing anything. You hear anything?
Nah. Maybe you should restart the phone. I don't know. Take it off and put it back on.
I'll try it.
Yeah, Cool Runner. Who can lie the most, Rowley or Young? I don't know why. Both of them? Both of them, yes. TPT, by the grace of God, is looking good for some, and for others, and a nightmare for the next 5 years. I don't understand that one, though. By the grace of God, looking good for some, and for others, and a nightmare for the next 5 years. I don't understand that one, Mr. Intellectual. I don't understand that one. Opposition leader swearing tomorrow, boy. Okay, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. Glenda M. Good evening, gentlemen. Glenda, where are you joining us from? Glenda M. Boy. Caribbean Soul, welcome. Good night to you.
I don't know why I'm not able to find these claps.
If you choose adversity over, I know something on love and progress, you will succeed. But we must prudent. We have the potential to be a wealthy country. Our GDP is still one of the best in the Caribbean. All right, let me look for it. Okay. So here's a round of applause to that fella, whatever his name is.
That's for Wall Street, y'all.
So there you all have it, man.
Thank you, Wall Street.
Yeah, let me finish with the chat.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay, thank you, welcome. Glenda M. So good evening, gentlemen. Can you tell me what's the purpose of Stuart Young conference today? It seemed to be more of the same. Who and what is he trying to hide before facts come out to the surface? I'll be honest with you all. You all have to tell me about the press conference because I didn't look at it.
I didn't either. I wasn't. That was too much energy.
Yeah, I didn't look at it. Mickey the Ghostwriter, please stay focused and positive or you'll suffer for 10 years long. Time is of the utmost important. Everything is being set up for us emerging from the darkest days of our history. Correct is right. Joan, welcome. Good night, everyone watching from Trinidad. Yeah. Gordon, Dryden, Joseph. Good evening, all. Hope all had more than a good day.
Let me restart this phone.
KFC, welcome. You're inside. KFC.
Hi, good night, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy, man.
What's happening, man?
Mr. Washington, today's the first day of the week, today's the first day of work weekend.
Yeah, today's the first. You know, I just said that, KFC. Today was my finals in school, boy. Today was my last day, boy. I don't go and correct one set of papers now.
When I see one of your workers, they're trying to give me a headache, but I'm glad to hear she back on here, we're back again.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear she, man. Yeah, I just talk to she daughter for she on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
Mr. Washington. I'm tell you how stink and evil and wicked. All people have to victimize poor people now.
Tell me.
Remember my situation, right?
Correct.
The time my documented ICU investigation, right?
Yeah.
But as a woman inside it, she gave me the human number, and I was listening with the woman. And she told me she done an investigation. She was send back my thing to the head office.
Right.
You know the woman sent back my thing in January, the 16th of January. That I said it, right? Mr. Worship.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate thing, and I gone down in town there and I see my MP doing the walking in and thing, and she heard me, but the woman will give me the inside the thing in there. She end up making this call the woman and thing in there. She end up calling her man, and they say they send back the files by the head office. Call long.
Right.
You know when I go by the head office today, you know they tell me my files there by next week they go
fix up
down in my constituency. Yeah. You see political victimization?
At its finest.
At its finest?
Yeah.
And if all of them PNM talk shows and them who do talk at 91.9, do that to the quarter, what we call nasty, evil PNM show and feel like, remember, she used to be dragging with them on the radio station and thing, innit?
Yeah.
For the last 9 years, and Papi showed me on kind of thing, innit? I had to pay them out of office, she calling me now.
Calling
How
you?
long make you so to the own people, boy?
I don't know, boy. I don't know.
Nasty PNM. Ever mark the boss, boy? That man, he gave in trouble, innit?
Who's that?
I will call back in and
all right.
bust the map.
Yeah, man.
Bless.
Bless. Oh God. KFC ever marked the bus, boy. I feel I know who that is, you know. I feel I know. Miss Santa Cruz, welcome. Good evening, Professor Walsh. You're gonna tell me. Joseph, you're inside.
Good night, Mr. Professor Wall Street.
Good night.
That applause
And Uncle Tommy.
That was you.
Yeah, man.
You did well. You did well. You did well. You did well.
Yeah.
What I call it to tell you. Stuart Young today trying to convince the country today in his media report how we so care about the country and that Kamala shouldn't bad talk the dragon because if you have to make deal with Guyana, still have to pass through Venezuelan waters, and she shouldn't say that the dragon dead. And he's so concerned now about Trinidadians. I said, but this man really, he going mad.
No,
all the 9 years you were there, you studying yourself, your family, your finances. Oh, you so care about Trinidad. You so care about Trinidad now. And the man trying to convince the reporters that, you know what, whatever Kamala plan to do, it wouldn't work. I don't understand these people. I don't understand it, Professor. I don't understand it at all. I wish you to listen to him. If you have time, whenever you have time, listen to it. And I would like to get your views on it.
I'll do that.
Honestly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah.
Distraction.
Yeah, all you you know, all you are going to correct papers. Have about 200 and something papers are correct. All you want me go and waste my time to listen to that fella? COP, welcome.
Good night to you, Wall Street.
Good night.
Wall Street. What wrong with this? What wrong with this MP for sentence, sir? You have in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, you ever hear MP who hold a media conference
COP
on behalf of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago?
COP.
Yeah.
Take a bow. I was thinking to myself, I was saying, wait now. Under Rowley, Stuart Young as an MP or a minister could go and hold a press conference without the opposition leader or the political leader of the party. Make that make sense to me now.
In the history of Trinidad and Tobago, from since 1956, it never had an MP making a press conference on behalf of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And hear what he's saying now. As a concerned citizen, he warning the government about making deals with Caribbean islands. As a concerned citizen, he as an energy minister, she's supposed to represent the citizens of this country. His father and his brother benefit more than the citizens of this country. So who he representing? Well, who he speaking on behalf of? He telling this government now Wall Street, this man, he feels he's prime minister still. I don't know why he fell up because those schooling for that.
But the thing about this, I didn't get. You see, all you see, the man is a bully still. Penelope Beckers is the opposition leader. A MP called a press conference and the opposition leader wasn't even there. Or put it in the opposition leader office. Call it out of the opposition leader office.
The man feel he is prime minister still.
Why?
And you see how he bullying the journalists on them? You can imagine if Stuart Young was prime minister and he win the election, that man would have beat people with whipping. Wall Street, the man telling in the press conference, he's telling the government, all you have a 30-year license to work with it. This dunce don't know Donald Trump squashed that 30 years license.
Yeah.
And that 30-year license supposed to end another 30-year license. It ended in April, in November this year. And Trump squashed that. And he still feels he's prime minister. telling the people he's speaking on behalf of Stuart Young. We don't want you to speak on behalf of we. When you're speaking on behalf of us, your brother and your family has had to recuse themselves hundreds of times from Parliament. Why is all your family that make billions of dollars? The opposition say that all over. Not in Parliament and public meeting and all you cannot do nothing. Don't speak on behalf of us, please. And I want to tell Miss Beckle something. School Stuart Young for that. He asked you to go and do a press conference. Or he bully way through. If Stuart Young could speak on behalf of the citizens of this country to hold a press conference in Balize House, well then me and you could hold a press conference in Balize House.
Correct is right. Correct is right.
If he's speaking on behalf of the citizen as an MP, you're not supposed to be in Balize House. You representing the people, the PNM in Balize House. This man feels still, Professor, this man feels he's Prime Minister still. Power gone to your head. No stake again for you. No luxury vehicle for you. Yeah, Barry Padat saying the Whitehall is unfit for human to be in it.
Add the video. Whitehall, you know, the infrastructure.
Whitehall is unfit. But the Prime Minister and the children and them must be over there. They say that's set up boxers and jockey shots. They're finding all about boxers and all kind of things they're finding all about. That's why it's not fit. They need to clean down that place.
I see your feet.
Have a nice night. Have a nice night.
COP. Mickey, Dolly Mullet says, Mickey, what you pay in America is different to Trinidad. Property tax was bacchanal, not thought out and rushed. Dolly, you are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It was thought out and rushed with no kind of thinking. They started at 3% and we had to get them to go to 2%. They didn't think about it. They didn't. And then we had Brian Manning coming out and saying, Trinidad and Tobago are one of the lowest tax in the lowest property tax in the Western Hemisphere. Boy, that is sociology. Yeah? Payne said, Wall Street, did you see Mr. Young press conference today? What do you think? I do have to see that. My thinking is this. How could you be an MP and the first press conference being called with you all in opposition is by an MP and not the opposition leader?
Let's see if this call comes in. Hold on. Caller, you live. Caller, you live. I'm not hearing you.
You sure your volume up?
Yeah.
Did you restart the phone?
I was attempting to do such, but I was unable to.
Yeah, maybe you had to restart the phone because it's not even ringing. Is it ringing?
Well, I just answered it. It was ringing.
Okay, because I didn't hear it. Yeah, when you guys restart it. You know how to turn it on and off, right?
I was looking at the on-off button for this here.
Yeah, turn it on and off. Payne, you want to know what I think? This is what I think, Payne. You is a PNM Payne, right? I guessing. What you need to do is to call up Penelope Beckers and tell her, you cannot have an MP who trying to upsurge you and calling a press conference before you call a press conference out of the opposition leader's office. Make it make sense now, Payne. Maybe you ain't too much pain. That's what it is. You ain't too much pain. Yeah? Dolly say, yes, Stuart was asked about his response to Penya's opposition and he said no comment. That says he wasn't happy about sideline. No comment. Folks, we're going to take that break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. When we come back, we want to show you, listen to how the PNM left Whitehall. We'll be right back. Stick and stay. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. We'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Political symmetry. It's not for people like you and me. It is for all them politicians. And I dig in the grave, no fuck with me hand. I find some of them, they living too long. And every 5 years, it's the same old song. Some of them dead, just shame to lie down. So I prepare for them a burial ground. Rowley, my first grave for he. With joy in my heart, put him down with me. All of them useless politicians, only making up numbers in my island. Al-Rari, I refuse body. I leave them Muslim, them to deal with he. Big smile on the face and with me bare hand. It's time to move trash from out of this land. But I take in my time with he. I personally will prepare his body. Make sure he have a sardonic grin on his face. That's all he does do. That man is a waste. Very
this thing, boy. I keep pressing.
Dirty upside down, he face I can see. Look for the strongest grave, dig up to cover he. Not with the hand, put good fork on he. Gypsy, political grasshopper. I may feel a little pity cause he's my brother. But like Tarzan, he's swinging for the time I help you to make up your mind. Fitzgerald, Rasta City, I know they go glad to get the body. Resi on the tam down for all to see. Drink 2 beers and watch the whole get happy. I don't care all who go vex with me, but Kamala I not ready to bury. She is a strong, determined woman like me, and deserve a chance to run this country. When she in power, I don't go hungry. And Calypsonian does get big money. She don't deserve no spot in my cemetery. I putting she in the center of the city. Paula, you too damn lazy. You sit on a throne, my woman die daily. You deserve a nice spot in my cemetery. All you do is just collect big salary. Regis, you disappoint me with your racial tongue. You like you can see. Your baba does trim you with weed waka. All day, all you do is sushila. Folly boy, you is a boss. I celebrate with you when PNM lost. One day you must come bust a line with me. We gon' knock a glass, make myself happy. I yadi that what you is to me. A grassroots man, stand up for country. I will stand by your side and watch you at work. Or if you falter, you're going to get fucked. Watson, what is wrong with you? I thought you and Fally would have stick like glue. Boy, shake the man hand and tighten that spade before PNM come back and win that race. Shamfa, one we sacrifice. Yet every week she have new weave, man, she live at night. You and the cold but man resemble and strong. I come seated bread and you like a tongue.
Going to be singing Plight of My People. Make some noise for Lady Gypsy.
No plight of my people. Too much a one thing, good for nothing. Too much a good thing, never enough. I don't know why my black people cannot see. No party never care about we. Every election we so devoted. How we love up we PNM. As soon as election come and go, it's only problem after problem. How could we cope? Man lost their hope. I ain't seeing no solution. Every time PNM come in power, it takes a toll on black man. I don't want to sound like a racist, but this is what I can see. They just take care of the race, but they damn well know they have we. I want to ring me bell, wake up Eric Williams. Tell him the party found him PNM needed immediate attention. Ring me bell, wake up Mother Cornhucks. Tell she to cast a spell on we party, cause it's not what it used to be. I ring my bell, ring my bell. I ring my bell down there.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also, 973-609.
Hold on. Go ahead, Tommy.
609-6509. 973-609-6509.
Bitcoin, welcome.
Good night, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy.
Good night.
Professor Wall Street,
I
the torn between listening to you and Pastor Google tonight, because you know, two other fashion. Yeah. So I went and do some Macoin, right?
Yeah.
So the story was going on there. You know what they do, the man, boy?
Yeah.
They make the man repeat the entire swearing of the cabinet.
On
Saturday. Yeah, the entire thing, you know, the man had to play. But he started a show. And now he playing gospel music.
Oh, God.
So like good torture for that man, boy. I glad he getting it that way. Whoever doing him that, I glad for that. He had no mouth again to talk. You need to play gospel music and just make him play on the cabinet ministers, you know. All they get swayed, you know, from one to how much? 20 something of them the pop.
Yeah.
All he play. Everyone he play.
Oh, God.
I show him he's sitting there and grinding on God by the crowd, this little boy. I listen to Dave Panko and all these people are there and Lee and Jody and all them Galen boy, all them people are fighting about against. Oh God, boy, I can't take this to know. It's good. I tell you, he had to get that and take it too.
Yeah.
I'm watching his media and the media don't start with the mischief already. Now the Prime Minister talk about the Dragon Gas deal and she said dead. But you see how the context they put it in, right?
Yeah.
They just take that part and they roll with it. Rather than the woman was explaining and telling them about the Dragon Gas deal. Right? And far as she's saying it dead, they're dead. But they only take that part and they put it in to get some kind of feedback for the public with that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the media doesn't have them chef. They start already. Right? They start, you know, they can do only that. Because he that be down in the throat. But they don't start already with the manipulation and the mischief making.
It didn't go work.
Yeah, but it's more to come. It's more to come because they do mischievous in this place, boy.
But Bitcoin, I just said that. I have a next editorial already up on the stream with the PNM Women's League talking about Kamala Prasad and women in the cabinet. I want to play because the PNM Women League have no moral authority to talk anything about women. They should change it. They should drop the WO in their thing and just put the Man's Woman League. Shouldn't be woman anymore.
Because when the Prime Minister who was kicked out of office, someone talk about his army statement, all them zip their lip.
All of them.
They zip their lip.
All of them.
Like he was talking some form or something like that.
Yep.
But they have convenient memory, you know, and convenient we are speaking, anything against them. And Carrie Marshall, the next one, talking about youth. Where he come from? I tell him if you want to do something on you, lay across the floor. Let Kamala give him in the chair, you right? Let he go see more of them.
Yeah.
All of them. The ink of them dry on the paper these people sign and them talking about rubbish.
Yeah.
So they for 10 years. How much youth dead under them? How much youth not on the street? Whether it's dead in by the crop. Yeah, people getting gunned down, all kind of youth all between the East West corridor.
Correct.
Most of them in the PNM stronghold area. They didn't care then. They care now. How much youth dead between the election and now, Mr. Wall Street? You hear much of them dead?
9 on dead.
Well, right, that's my question. He should be glad some of them youth living today because them not in office.
Correct.
Have a good day.
Bless man.
But Walt, it should be told that the Kareem Marcel benefit from the last UNCs or partnerships rule in Trinidad, didn't he?
Yes.
He better know that ungratefulness worse than OBI, you know.
But I'm telling you, how you got to go to law school?
Yes, it's some initiative that the partnership had.
Listen, them fellas and them, boy, and you want to come and talk? Look, boy, Kareem, go back in your hole, eh? Go back in your hole.
He has to know that ungratefulness worse than OBI.
Yeah, you gotta go back in your red hole and don't come out. Don't come out.
I think Anderson have to pull him up and give him a good talking to.
Nah, Anderson can't pull him up, man.
Because he's bigger than Anderson now.
Yeah, he's bigger than Anderson. He's an MP now, you know. You understand? He's an MP now. But to me, I want to take on a fella called Shambles, eh? You know that TikToker, the PNM TikToker called Shambles? The Shambles just call him?
Yeah, I see it.
Is Shambles just call him? Or you help me with it. It's about TikToker fella called Shambles. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but help me with it. I go take him on tonight, eh? That PNM TikToker. And you see them fellas and them? When them fellas want to mislead people, eh? Right? It is sad that they just do them kind of thing. But you know what? It's a good thing that have people like WZYE 95.9 FM with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you who just keep them in check. Shambles, you're exposed now. You're fully exposed now. After you did what you did, you're fully exposed. But before we get to that, let me expose the PNM Men's League. Is the PNM Men's League. It's the Men's League. Because them ain't no woman no more. It's Men's League. Because them don't fight for women. Them ain't fighting for women. Them are to go and fight for men now. I want you all to listen to this. Take a listen to this. Yeah? Them does only want them, them very selective, you know. They're selective. This is my editorial. Take a listen.
The PNM Women's League has no moral authority to critique women's representation under Kamla Persad-Bissessar, an editorial by Professor Wall Street. The recent statement by the National Women's League of the People's National Movement, PNM, criticizing the number of women in Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar's newly appointed cabinet is a textbook case of political opportunism cloaked as advocacy. While the League claims to champion women's representation, its own silence during critical moments involving women within its own party proves otherwise. Most glaringly, their complete failure to speak out during the forced resignation of former PNM Senator Laura Lezamali Singh reveals a hypocrisy that disqualifies them from claiming any moral high ground on this issue. Let us be clear. The right to advocate for gender equality comes with the responsibility of consistency, courage, and principle. The PNM Women's League has failed on all 3 counts. Here are 10 reasons why their recent critique of the Kamla-led administration rings hollow. 1. Silence during Lezamali Singh's resignation. When Senator Laura Lezamali Singh was pressured to resign amid a personal legal matter involving her husband, the PNM Women's League said absolutely nothing. This was a pivotal moment where a woman in politics faced public scrutiny and possible internal coercion. Yet the very group that claims to protect women's voices remained mute. 2.
No condemnation of political pressure on women. The League's silence amounted to complicity in a system that appeared to prioritize political expediency over the dignity and autonomy of one of its own. If they could not defend a woman in their own party, how can they now credibly critique another administration? 3. Hypocrisy and leadership advocacy. It is ironic that the League would attack Kamla Persad-Bissessa's cabinet makeup while she remains the only woman to have ever served as Prime Minister in Trinidad and Tobago. Her leadership alone is a historic benchmark for women in politics, something the League has never achieved or celebrated. 4. Inconsistent standards across political lines. If the PNM Women's League truly cared about women's representation, they would apply the same scrutiny to their own party. Under Dr. Keith Rowley's leadership, women were not only underrepresented in senior roles, but also largely absent from the real centers of power. 5. Lack of policy action on gender equality. The League has done little to advance legislation or institutional change to protect women in politics. Their interest in gender issues only seems to spike when it can be weaponized against political opponents. 6. Tokenism in PNM cabinets. The League boasts about the number of women in past PNM administrations, but those statistics are hollow without examining the influence those women actually wielded. Presence does not equal power, and symbolic appointments do not equate to genuine inclusion. 7. Absence of defense in PNM. Gender controversies. There have been other moments when women in the PNM face public backlash or internal marginalization. Each time the League stood aside, unwilling to challenge their party's leadership or culture. 8. Selective memory on the Ministry of Gender and Child Affairs. While the League now demands the reinstatement of a gender ministry, they were noticeably quiet when the PNM last gutted or sidelined it under their own administration. Their concern appears more performative than principled. 9. Failure to acknowledge Kamla's legacy. Rather than celebrate Kamla Persad-Bissessa as a trailblazer, the League reduces her government to a head count. Her leadership, regardless of political affiliation, should be recognized as a breakthrough for women in a region where patriarchal structures still dominate. 10. Loss of credibility through partisan opportunism. In conclusion, by only speaking up when it serves political ends and staying silent when principle demands action, the PNM Women's League has lost the credibility required to lead any national conversation on women's rights. If the PNM Women's League truly believes in empowering women, they must begin by holding their own party accountable. Until they demonstrate consistency, transparency, and genuine advocacy for all women, not just the politically convenient ones, they remain unfit to lecture anyone on gender equity. Their silence on the Lazamali Singh matter was not just a missed opportunity, it was a revealing moment that exposed where their loyalties truly lie. And it wasn't with women.
So there you have it, folks. That is my editorial to the PNM's Men's League. I don't call them Men's League because when Oli had the opportunity to stand up for women, not outside of the PNM, you know, inside the PNM, they mark Oli absent. The teacher made a roll call. Teacher took attendance, and it was absent. So Oli had no moral authority. All they need to go and sit down on the corner like little Jack Horner. And anytime when they come with all their rare tricks, right? We waiting for you. Yeah, all they are telling all they don't come sideways, you know. We're more vigilant now, you know. We're more vigilant now more than anything else. You see, Corey Marcel come sideways, right? He get exposed. Now the Women League, the PNM Women League coming sideways, then go get exposed too. We making joke this wrongs, you know. We not making joke this wrongs. All you have to be transparent and accountable. Don't be selective. All you're not going to be no selective judge. All you're picking and cherry picking and balize picking what all you want to talk about. Nah. Unacceptable. Let me go back to the chat. Tom, you wanted to say something?
No, you have said it all, and you're right on point. You're on point.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope. And you know the thing about it, Tommy? Is Patty female? Is she female? I just want to be sure. Folks in the chat, is Patty a female? I just want to be, I'm asking a question. Tommy, if you have to make a guess, you'll think she's female, right? Because her name is Patricia Reed, right?
Right, and we say it's a she.
All right, so she's a female. All right.
She implies female.
Miss Santa Cruz, what was the question? Wall Street, that was my question to you tonight about your property tax. What was the question? Mr. Florida, welcome.
Good night, Mr. Ansem. Good night, Mr. Tommy. Good night, all the callers.
Good night.
Good night to you.
God, please.
Yeah.
Mr. Ansem, Mr. Tommy. So let me the former Prime Minister, not elected but chosen, come on a press conference today and talk about the drug and gas deal, right?
Yeah.
Now let me dissect it. The beginning, before they do any paperwork or anything, it was a time when planes was not allowed to come in Trinidad, and you brought in a delegate from Venezuela, and he did that night with the Prime Minister of the country, which was Mr. Rowley, saying he didn't know who was on the plane. So number one, the deal start off bad. The second thing, you made countless trips as the energy minister to go across to Venezuela without any reports, without any reporters going with you to report what was happening. Because when you went to Venezuela, everything was recorded and reported in Spanish. So we didn't have an idea what all those trips was about. The third thing, you start paying royalties before any work started on that driver and gas. And we don't know the amount. Some says 100 million per year, could be more, we don't know. The fourth thing that you did wrong is that you see you went across to America and you get contract. But then when the new president was elected in America, he didn't went and discuss anything. Now we had to hear it from the news. And you was the energy minister, and we didn't hear it from you, neither the prime minister. We had to hear it from the president of the United States saying that everything shut off. And now you coming on a press conference when the people rejected you to say that what Kamala should do. But what you did when you was there, every transaction that you made was shady and questionable. And now you want us to accept what you're saying? So go to hell. You're understand
Okay. Okay. Oh, I wanted to address something here, Tommy. Patty said, Anderson, good night. Anderson, good night to all from Akira and Anderson. Tommy, you could answer this question for Patty. Or maybe you could get your partner from the fella from with the cricketer last name, because he living in America too. Wall Street, if you don't pay your tax, what will happen? You could help me with an answer, right, Tommy?
If you don't pay it, somebody pay it for you. Somebody help you out.
Tommy, I sticking with the answer. I asked you to answer, so I'll stick with the answer, all right?
That's it, but that's the answer, so nobody will help you out.
That's the answer. Yeah, that's somebody go help you. Somebody go help you. Somebody go help you tonight. Who sing that song? You want that song?
I remember them lyrics.
You
Somebody
remember the lyrics?
Somebody sent me a voicemail. Who's this voice? Somebody from Trinidad. Let's see what this is about. Let's listen to the voice.
Mm-hmm. Your phone was just going and ring there?
Yeah. Let's see if it works. Canada, you're live.
No, I ain't nothing.
I ain't hearing nothing either.
I'll take this one here. Mr. Point 14, welcome.
It was shit. President, good night to you and the crew. Something to me and the rest of the world. President, good night.
Good night, man.
My shoot.
Yeah.
Stuart Young, I feel take the same pill that Rowley take right now. Yeah, these people are them going off the rockers. See, they can't stand that loss. See that loss where they lost it? Because they know Kamala is coming for them. All of them. Well, you check this out?
Yeah.
I listening to PNM and them in Tobago, right? They're saying they're having some meeting all over Tobago getting to understand the people. But all it was there for 9 years. When the people telling all the way is going through, all they want to listen.
Now they will listen.
All they want to listen. They want to listen to the people. But all of a sudden, all they care. No, watch. This is how I'm looking at this thing, right? Look like Roger Alexander. Roger Alexander say, when he was a part of the police service, he did an interview and he's saying that, he had certain dreams where he wanted the police service to go in a particular direction to help to curb the crime. And the PNN government wasn't seeing what it is he wants us to do. So that is why he ended up cutting ties with the police service and joined the UNC. Same thing with Ira George. Ira George too, both right now operating in Green Area because why? The PNM and then break down the man place in Sando. You understand? We had the boat because I was telling people, I saw all notice all nobody planning no boat ride and thing again. I saw know what causing that. And I started to explain to them what is happening with Ira George and the PNM. But why I realize what the PNM, them don't care. They don't care about the people at Trinidad and Tobago because all of them want is just to sit down in the driver's seats, to just drive all over the place, bongs on lamppost, bongs on call. But them is studying to keep the car on the road, to make sure you take the car from point A to point B. They want to drive the car all in the drain, all in the track. They never had no idea to take care of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. All them want to do is just sit down in that seat of power and just reign supreme, hell, and destruction of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I listening to them whole day today. They talk about going and regroup and we waiting for them next time. No, if all us so care about the people of Trinidad and Tobago, bring forward some ideas to work with the current government now. Because I remember when Kamala was opposition, them used to be bringing a lot of ideas to the PNN government. I remember Rowley used to say, he don't want to listen to them. He telling Kamala, drink, eat, chew, and get out his face.
Yep.
You understand? So people have to remember these things. The PNM was never people-centered. And that reality, it's so overwhelming right now. People have to turn their back on the PNM government. They have to keep them in the cemetery, close the gate, put the lock on it, throw away the key. Just go and cast the whole cemetery, do something.
Hey, but I just say that. Point 14. But don't do what a young lady from the social media influencer do though. you hear what the social media influencer do when she needed to go to the bathroom? Huh?
Nah, I'm not hearing that one.
Yeah. She had us to go and relieve herself. And she went and relieved herself for one of them grave on them.
Oh, no, but I ain't doing that. But bullshit. These CPN them do the thing for the own sake. Because I watch a video before the election. That Stuarton walking into Bugan and Baptist and them sweeping a red cocaine boom. But Stuarton didn't realize they were sweeping here away, you know. They were sweeping away and he didn't realize that that's why this man from America, the Mark Rubio, was still in Stuarton. I don't know if they still congratulate you or to wish your condolences. That alone speak volumes. That alone.
Yep.
These fellas in the minority yet. Well, I should look and listen.
Yeah, man, bless. Yeah. And you see why them fellas and them don't understand. You see why Patty and them had to kind of open up their mind, thinking. Listen. I'm gonna offer free mindset books to all the PNM people in here. The book called Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck. Right? I'm gonna offer that. Listen to this. Tommy, listen to what Patty says. And Payne says something similar. The UNC was calling conference every week and KBB wasn't there. Tommy, they don't understand, boy. It just, for me, let me kind of simplify it for them. You gone in opposition. The first press conference you call is by an MP. He's not chairman of the party. He's not the political leader of the party. He's not the opposition leader. He is a simple MP. And he called a press conference. And Patty and Payne and them okay with that. You see? You see why they are where they are? Payne and Patty. PNP. Oh God. Well, let's sit back. Don't walk around Balize house. Take off your Balize tutu. Take off your Balize red socks. Take off your Balize red eye contacts. Take off your Balize red glasses. Come out from under your red Balize blanket and start to think. Think. Because he called a press conference, that is acceptable? Look. All right. Payne says, Wall Street, no, he look at it. But he too ashamed that Trump and Kamala back will suffer TNT. Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Yeah. I've been quick, Mr. Hans. I'm sorry for calling back so fast.
No, that's all right, man. That's all right.
When every UNC MP who was having a press conference must go through Kamala first.
And a lot of times it was in the opposition office.
And the opposition office, and she knew about it.
And I know because I stream quite a few of them.
Because I used to watch it from you, Mr. Answer, so I know she knew about it because she used to say it, that have a press conference coming. She knew about it.
Yeah.
You understand? But you see the question you had to ask yourself, Mr. Answer. Stuart Young called this press conference, and it never went through the opposition leader.
You know what? I'm going to call Penelope Beckers.
Yes. All right.
I'm going to call Penelope Beckers.
Maybe she'll answer now that they're in opposition.
I'm going to call Penelope Beckers. I'm going to call she. Let me see if she can answer the phone. Now she's in opposition.
Give it a shot.
So folks are calling Penny Beckers. I'm going to ask you the question straight, but I'm going to ask you some nice things first. So folks are calling the opposition leader, Penelope Beckers. Patty say, Wall Street, you fail as an educator. Oh, why today class finish? If you fail, you wouldn't be in class, right?
Not only that, you're getting paid for failing.
Oh, you know what? Tommy, thank you very much. I getting paid to be a failed educator. Patty, thank you very much for that compliment.
And your students are succeeding.
Correct is right. And you know, Tommy, plenty of them has asked me to write recommendations for them, you know. Plenty of them, you know. Plenty, you know. When I tell you plenty, you're the failed educator, plenty students ask me to write recommendations. So folks, we're trying to call the opposition leader, Penelope Beckers. So like I say, we tried them when they was in power, we tried them in opposition too. You know what, Tommy? Let me call Stuart Young. Maybe he go pick up the phone. Penny ain't picking up. No answer. Let me call Stuart Young. Maybe he go pick up the phone now, since he's no longer Prime Minister. Stuart Young, here we go. So folks, we calling Stuart Young, former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, the phone ringing, yes? So me, I feel he go pick up. I feel he go pick up. What should I thought to myself? Why is Stuart Young hosting a press conference when he's nothing? Okay. Yeah, he's not none holding a press conference. So folks, we calling former Prime Minister Stuart Young. We call the opposition leader and we call Stuart Young. I'm going to call Foster Cummins. I could try them now because they're in opposition, right, Tommy?
It looks like I still had to get permission to talk to them.
Nah, they not get permission no more. Stuart Young in answer. Let me try Foster Cummins. Foster Cummins. Foster Goins, not Foster Cummins. Foster. Which one is the right one, boy? I have two famous. Let me try this one.
Very red one.
I see what they. It didn't ring in yet. They're just calling. So folks, we calling Foster Cummins. Hey, it ringing now, why? It has called first, then ring. But Tommy, Prime Minister Rolly no longer there. My phone still on the ban list, you think?
He's retired. He ain't working.
You working no more, boy. Oh God, I 0 for 3, boy. 0 for 3.
What do you expect?
No,
Are you surprised?
Yeah, surprised. No, surprise. All right. Let me keep the chat here real quick. Volsang says, George still reading from the whipping he got. More to come from their convention. My bet is after all, he'll slink out in silence. Yeah, point 14.
Yeah, well, she two things quick. One, all these MPs and money PNM high your name on the blacklist. So from the time you call, they will go answer. And two, Party, if Wall Street fail, how come there is Johnny live nearly every night when you on? Because if somebody is out there, I will be listening to them in the first place.
Yeah.
Because for you being there, that means he's saying something good, but you just don't want to accept it.
Correct is
so
right.
You come in here to be a wedge, and I need it all. Eventually, you will get moving. It's just a matter of time. Doctor, not listening.
Yeah. We like party, man. We like party. We like party. We want party because eventually we go shift party focus. We go shift shit. Gordon Malone.
Come around.
Yeah, Kunji. You know how much money Mr. Stuart Young have? So he can not buy what he wants. Boy, I just hope the 6.5 get more sick with that win because listening to them, Tablet and Bush will not. Tommy, translate that for me because I don't understand what you're saying either. Huh? Translate that. I'm going to leave it up on the screen for you to translate it. Yeah, go ahead, COP.
Good night again to you,
Wait,
Professor.
Tommy.
And Uncle Tommy.
Wait a minute. Tommy, I want you to read that and tell me if you understand what that fella say. Read that. Kunji, hold 1 minute. Read that and tell me if you understand what you say.
Kunji. So, you know how much money Mr. S. Young have?
Kunji, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, let me change the focus so I could see better.
Yeah, all right. Kunji, go ahead. I'm going to leave it on the screen. Kunji, go ahead. Kunji, you seeing the screen?
Don't even study.
Kunji.
Don't even study God.
No, wait. But Kunji, you seeing the screen? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, Kunji, can you help me? Help me on the screen there. Help me. Huh?
So he cannot.
Hold on a minute, Kunji. Hold on a minute. Tommy, go ahead.
So he cannot buy what he wants. Boy, I just hope the 6.5 and get more sick with that win. Because listening to them, Tablet and Bush will not. Listen to them, Tablet and Bush will not. What's that about?
Okay, thank you very much. Kunji, go ahead.
Wall Street, I will answer Gordon Maloney by this. Gordon, you don't care how much money Stuart Young and his brother them have, right? And how much money them had about time they about to recuse themselves from parliament. You okay with them making money?
Yeah.
You remember your mother had was to send you Venezuela because she could not mine you.
Right.
So them, why is all they fighting for them Indian Chinese people and them to make money? Your mother could not mine you. That was a send you Venezuela. So you continue fighting for them half Chinese boys and them who family benefit and I don't to recuse yourself so much at time from parliament. You want to live that kind of life, you live that kind of life. That kind of stupid baby life, you live that kind of life.
And COP, don't forget when you kick the dog to her.
Yeah. They are waste of spermalism. Wall Street, they are waste of spermalism. Let me say good night, Patricia Reed. You know Patricia Reed is one of my favorite PNM.
Yeah. Correct is right.
But she asks so much I don't use a long time word. Pia question. And Patricia Reed, why you are that is pia questions you ask if we don't pay tax, how we go make money? Patricia Reed, we are custom paying tax. The citizens of this country want to pay tax. They are custom paying land and building tax. Why you want to pay property tax? European laws. Why you want a black leader and a Chinese man bring European laws in Trinidad over here? Which part? We had to pay tax for we house for the rest of our life. We dead and go. We churn paid. So what if you paying property tax for, let me say 90 years? You pay more property tax than your property value, and they're still paying. Patricia Reed? Patricia Reed? Why ask them pia questions? Why it is all your voting? I want to ask you now because you asking questions. I want to ask you now. Why it is you as a woman voting against a children's hospital? Why you don't want a children's hospital in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago? Why you don't want a children's life fund as a woman? Why you don't want that in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago? Why you don't want old age pension to go up more for them to get more money? Why you want the PNM to cut the CEDA program? Why you voting for those things? You are one of those people that Eric William bring over here from St. Vincent or Grenada or some other place just to be a PNM until they're there. Give the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar the opportunity to work and to fix all the disaster that the PNM created in this country, Patricia Reid. You can't just say, well, all right, UNC win, I have 5 years to cost them and bad mind them. That you wasn't created for that, Patricia Reid. You're writing, you're spelling good and all kind of things, but your contribution is pia. Nobody don't make them kind of contribution and ask silly questions like that. Yeah. You're supposed to be asking why the PNM want to introduce them European laws and put foreign laws in we country. That way you're supposed to be asking yourself.
And COP, why the PNM at 26% of black people living below the poverty line? Why?
And they don't care about that. Patricia Reid and them don't care about them thing.
And secondly, why the PNM don't have one socio-economic statistics in the last 10 years where black people are at the top of the ladder? One. Ask them questions. Or you could ask the question under the PNM, where's the economic development, right? Economic empowerment, economic inclusion, and access to capital for black people and black businesses over the past 10 years? Ask them questions. Ask them questions.
Yeah. So I can answer that.
Yeah.
The economic development in Faris Al-Wari family, and it's in Stuart Young family, it's in Rohan Sinanan family. That is the economic development that Patricia Reid and them.
What about the economic empowerment? What about the economic empowerment? Where that is?
Well, Stuart Young lost that. Stuart Young lost that. He lost that. He lost that Wall Street. No development. Patricia Reid, if Patricia Reid living in a PNM constituency, I ask you as a woman, open your door and walk outside. Walk 100 feet. And if you see all your neighbors them living comfortable, say, well, I'm going to be a PNM. But I sure once you live in a PNM constituency, it's pain, problem, chaos, and all as women just keeping a blind eye to the things that matters in other community, Patricia Reid. Give the UNC, give Kamala opportunity. See what she's going to do. Don't study God Maloney and them nonsense. He calling God name in vain a little while now. He will be punished for that. Just as our Stuart Young will be already being punished. They will be punished for calling the Lord name in vain. In the medieval days, God Joseph them could not go on the radio station and say Jesus and God and all kind of thing. They would have been penalized for that.
Correct.
In the 13th century. Wall Street.
Bless.
Tommy, have a nice night.
Bless.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Tommy, Patty have a question for you. Mr. Tommy, how do you allow nonsense? I just pointed up on the screen, eh? Somebody just sent a video for someone. They said, this is how they respond. This I find incredible and a failure on the part of Keith Rowley. Yeah. Why? Oh, why not talk about the facts Stuart Young stated today? We don't want to hear what facts? What facts? How come what? Patricia Reid, how come you can recall that and the 6.5 cannot? Or don't want to? Yeah, KFC.
Oh, Mr. What's that, Uncle Tommy?
Yeah.
You say, boy, Joseph, you can't talk about me. I don't call photo.
Oh, I don't know.
Patricia Reid, she said, when you talk about the fact with Stuart Young, talk about that nonsense, eh? You won't have a person that says, we will Maduro take a heavily sanction. That drug and gas is dead.
They're dead.
They're dead. You're looking for negotiation. But Mr. Worship, my boy Barry Parada, really attacking them and really invest a certain money in Whitehall and
let me play that now. Let me play it now.
I heard you string and just stick up in the Whitehall lane.
Oh God! Olya, look, look, listen to the Minister of Public Utilities. He's Minister of Public Utilities, right? And he minister in the office of the Prime Minister. Listen to this. Take a listen.
Curiosity, but there's a lot of questions being asked where Mrs. Bissessa will be operating out of, whether it'll be Whitehall, at Dip Center. Has that decision been firmed up just yet?
There are several options that are available to the Prime Minister. At this point in time, the reason why we thought it necessary to meet with the Permanent Secretary is that this facility is not a functional facility. There are challenges here. The PS just shared with us that there are parts of the building that cannot be used because there are a lot of flooding. There are health issues with respect to mold and so on. The Cabinet Secretariat does not function out of this facility. And as you know, the Cabinet Secretariat is really the hub of the operations of the government. And we were quite surprised to come here today and find out that essentially the government cannot run and function out of this office. So some of those things will be brought to the attention of the Honorable Prime Minister. We will have to make some decisions in terms of how we go forward. But as I said earlier, that this facility is not conducive, really, based on what we were advised by the Permanent Secretary for operations. As I indicated to you, you're quite surprised to know that the Cabinet Secretariat, which is on the ground floor of this building, has been flooded out and they have had to be relocated. The staff seems to be unhappy with the state of affairs in terms of the facility they have had to function out of. Those were some of the things that the PS raised with us. We will now go back to the Honorable Prime Minister and indicate what is available to her in terms of creating a quick fix so that it doesn't hamper the operations of our incoming government. But we are quite surprised and shocked at the level of dysfunctionality that existed with the prior administration in terms of this facility being really an area which should have been the hub of the operations of the government.
Promise not to keep you
yourself. And Tommy, you could see there are also examples, you know. Look at all the companies that the previous government wanted to deal with. Oando, corruption, right? The company that wanted to lease the port, corruption. Hafer, corruption. Jindal, corruption. They lazy. A fish doesn't rotten from the tail. We said it over and over and over. A fish doesn't rotten from the tail. Look, what's the difference, Tommy? What's the difference to the instructions Kamla Prasad Bissessa give in the public space as opposed to the last fella who bully you publicly and privately? Different strokes for different folks. You know, you have to lead. You lead. When you are a leader, right? Kamla Prasad has shown. And I'm not going to give her an anointment yet, but I have an anointment to give her. But you see, that is exactly what it is. Whitehall you're talking about, you know, folks. It's Whitehall, you know. But to me, I thought they spent one set of money and renovated Whitehall.
I'm in shock. I'm in shock. But I know I'm gonna put in a call to somebody who's gonna be able to answer that as to whether that is propaganda or if it's the truth. I'm gonna put in a call.
No, that ain't not propaganda, man. That ain't not propaganda. Let me take this voice note. Okay, we have a few minutes. I'm gonna take this voice note.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding.
Right, this voice.
They don't come just so practice make.
Tommy, you ain't that?
Barely.
No. Okay. You gotta resend that voice note. It's too low.
Mr. Hansen, Mr. Tony, you don't find it strange that Gordon just be talking about God and heaven and all this stuff. But everything he just talk about money. When he talking about himself, he is well off. And he's a contractor. I know he talking about how much money still don't have. So that is
Miss Santa Cruz, welcome.
Good night, Professor and Uncle Tommy, and to everybody out there. No, I missed part of your program, but I'm back in now. One of the things you were talking about your property tax, right?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, if I go back a little bit,
no problem.
concerning it.
Yeah.
One of the questions, my question to you tonight was about your property tax, and it so happened tonight you came and was talking about your property tax because the last night that you were there, Patricia Reed was asking you if you don't pay property tax. But you see what they failed to realize, Professor, is that property tax paid away is not like what they were trying to do to us here, right?
Yeah.
We spend, we pay VAT on from a nail to a split pin. We pay tax on everything to build our homes. We build our homes from scratch. So it is so unfair now that we have to come and pay. You come and put an assessment value on my house, a rental value, and tell me I should be paying that.
Yeah.
Who are you to come and tell me that? You don't know the sacrifices I made to build my house. And that is why I wanted to ask you. And you came tonight now voluntarily and was talking about how you pay your property tax.
Yeah.
But tonight I was talking to a friend. That's how come I got sidetracked there. Well, I wouldn't say sidetracked because it was information as well was given to me.
Yeah.
In Barbados, he's telling me that houses under the value of under 500,000 does not pay tax.
Yeah. We did some research about that too. Yeah.
They don't pay tax. So why does no? Let me tell you something, sir. I didn't have a problem paying my land and building taxes. I paid it from, and you know what is hurtful too? When we bought the land, we paid tax, stamp duty. We paid it. You come in to tell me how much time am I going to pay for one house? And when it needs repairs, I have to see about it. They're not helping us, especially if it was the PNM. If you're not a PNM, you're not getting through. I'm telling you. Right? You're coming now to tax me and telling me, because I wanted comfort in my home for me and my family. I have to pay for air condition. I have to pay for extra toilet and bath, an extra room or something. That you coming to tell me that after I work so hard? Now, as I said, I had no problem paying land and building taxes, right? They could have up the ante with the land and building taxes. If you wanted to put it up 500%, fine. It still would not have killed us. What it is that they were trying to do. And you know what was distasteful? Don't care what it is all them PNMIs on the chat want to say. All they targeted the homeowners first. All they targeted the most vulnerable.
Correct.
We had to pay this tax. Yeah. And you know, Professor, they threatened us. They threatened us, right? That if we didn't pay, that we were going to go to jail. We were going to go to jail. And on top of it now, when they drop it to the 2%. Amber told us that if we wanted a revaluation, we have to pay for the valuator.
Yep.
And you know how much a valuator does cost.
Madness.
Yeah. And now, now I hear you now talking about this thing with Whitehall. That is a shame and a disgrace, Wall Street. 100 million plus was spent to renovate Whitehall. And then they went back for more money again because they said they had to put in some security or something. Where was Rowley? Rowley was in the office. You know, Professor Cudjoe really said this man is beyond the golf course. Early in the morning and late in the evening, like he don't be in the office. He wrote an article about that.
We're going for the break. All right, thanks.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Or at 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. We'll be right back after this. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. When we come back, I have another video to show you guys when a PNM TikToker tried to mislead the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and
you're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
No more rain, no more rain, no more rain, no more rain, no left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching at the law, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching a dollar, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. No more rain, 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 no more rain. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509.
Tommy, you hear from Aisha lately?
No, Aisha don't call me.
But like Aisha going and hiding.
But have you reached out to her? Why don't you reach out to her? Call her now. She answers.
All right, let me see if she gonna answer. I don't know if she going back under she red blanket or not. I don't know. Aisha Wells. AISHA. Aisha boy.
It's ISHA.
ISHA. Take that one day. See if we go answer.
See if we get this call in. Caller, you're live.
Good night, Wall Street.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, clear. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You all were talking about property tax.
Yeah.
Now, we pay property tax in Canada too.
Yeah.
Right.
But when we pay with property tax, we could get value for money.
Correct.
Because we get school trick, we get road trick, we get garbage collection, we get every other thing. So when we pay our property tax, we get value. But the Trinidad, Imbot wanted to collect all the money and put it in the pocket. You know? So that was a real report. I know in Trinidad, I have a house there. We used to pay the house building and land tax.
Land and building tax.
Yeah. Correct.
You know, building and land tax we used to pay. Now over here, when I bought my house from the builder, the city, they set the property tax with the builder. So when I buy the house from the builder, I start paying that tax. And then they increase it each year by 0.05%.
Yeah.
So that is how it works here. But in Trinidad, they must say you're paying 2% tax, and then you can raise it to 10%. You know? Good riddance, but I want them to investigate them on the $2.6 billion that they can't account for.
Yeah.
I want to see that in silver bracelet.
I hear that.
I want to see that in silver bracelet.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? Everybody else take care. Have a good night.
Thank you.
It's a good night, and thanks for calling.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
They have any Minister for Communication?
Nah.
As yet?
Nah, they are not Minister for Communication.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Bless. All right. Let me try Aisha Wells. Aisha Wells wasn't picking up the phone before the election. How she gonna pick it up after the election?
Just try.
All right. I try and just like how I try Stuart Young. I try Penelope Beckles. I try who's the next one? I try Foster Cummins. Like them people ain't picking up their phone either. I share in the same boat. You see I share in the same boat? All of them rowing together, you know. They're rowing in unison, you know.
So everybody listening to what Wall Street has to say.
Tommy, they're rowing in unison. Yeah? All the phone ringing there. So all the car city, PNM, they ain't pick up in opposition. They ain't pick up when they was in power, and they ain't picking up in opposition. Even Aisha Wells ain't picking up no more. Imagine that, Tommy.
They're singing that Wall Street. That Wall Street.
Whoa, boy. No answer, boy. Anyway, folks, I want to bring to your attention something. It's about a fella called Shambles. All you put it in the chat if I get any name wrong. He called Shambles. Shambles is his name. He's a TikToker. And Tommy, you see how whatever person in here that's coming on live very often? I'm not going to call any names. But if you call a name, I'll clap. But I'm not calling names. If ever a person that's coming here and he does lie often, I am not into name calling. That is something that I'm not good at. I'm not. Wait. Look, I just got a text. Rambles. That is his name. Rambles is his name.
Okay.
Yeah. I look. You're so correct, boy. Somebody go jam you tonight. Yeah. Tommy, I good at messing up stuff. I don't know why I know I good at messing up stuff, eh? I'm not good. I'm good at messing it up. So Rambles. Rambles, that is his name. Oh, I want to show you. You see how people just expose themselves as PNM and they doesn't know they expose themselves? I want to show you something. First, I want you all to listen to this because you all know how much time we play this year on WZYE 95.9 FM and in the village because we created this. Take a listen to this. I'm only going to play like, take a listen.
According to a Caribbean Development Bank poverty assessment, 26.3% of black people in Trinidad and Tobago live below the national poverty line under Prime Minister Keith Rowley. This is significantly higher than the national poverty rate of 15.2%. The poverty rate for black people is also higher than the poverty rate for other ethnic groups in Trinidad and Tobago, such as East Indians, 12.5%, and mixed, 10.6%. There are several factors that contribute to the...
All you see that, right? All you see that? That is original WZYE 95.9 FM video. Listen to Shambles now. Shambles do a video. Listen, Rambles. Rambles do a video. Listen to it. Watch her. Them PNM does expose themselves too easy. What? This is his video on TikTok. Listen to this.
While perusing TikTok, I saw a video that got me both angry and sad at the same time. But it's not going to be for the reason that many of you all will think after seeing the video. Let's take a look.
The poverty rate for black people is also higher than the poverty rate for other ethnic groups in Trinidad and Tobago, such as East Indians, 12.5%, and mixed, 10.6%. There are several factors that contribute to the epidemic.
All you see where Shambles started the video? Tommy, you see where he started the video? Let me go back. Look.
According to a Caribbean Development Bank poverty assessment, 26.3% of black people in Trinidad and Tobago live below the national poverty line under Prime Minister Keith Rowley. This is significantly higher than the national poverty rate of 15.2%. The poverty rate for black people is also higher than the poverty rate for other ethnic groups in Trinidad and Tobago, such as East Indians, 12.5%, and mixed, 10.6%. There are several factors that contribute to the epidemic.
Right, Tommy?
Yep.
If you want to be honest, and we just tired to expose them. Rambles is our PNM. Look Rambles' video now. Rambles took our video, cut out the part with 26% living below the poverty line under Rowley. He cut that out because he don't want people to know that. Right, Tommy?
Correct.
He don't want people to know that. He don't want people to know that. He just start after that. But we catch him. Patty, we catch him. PNM Fox, we catch him. Gordon Dryden Joseph, we catch him. Altia, we catch him. Mr. Raymond in that. Listen to him again.
While perusing TikTok, I saw a video that got me...
Perusing TikTok and he saw a video. Tommy, if you saw a video, aren't you supposed to show the whole video?
Correct, that's right.
He said he saw a video. Right? He saw a video. Rambles, you're dishonest. You're a PNM, evil and wicked. Because you want to deceive the people. That's what you want to do. Nobody gonna believe you anymore, Rambles. Nobody. We now know your undercover, red underwear, exposed now. Your red underwear exposed.
Cover is blown.
Yeah, your red cover is blown. It's blown, Rambles. You have no credibility no more. None. You discover a video on TikTok. That's our video that you discovered. But you ain't started the video from the beginning. You started from where you want people to think. Yeah? You don't want to say under Prime Minister Rowley, he had 26% black people living below the poverty line, Rambles. You don't want to say that? You ain't want to say that. You just want to cut out that part. We catch you with your underwear down by your knees. Sorry you didn't go by your ankles. Comrade, welcome.
Good night, Professor.
Good night.
Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
So now are we discussing Rambles SC?
I don't know, All I know him as Rambles. I don't know.
Yeah, SC, slave catcher.
Oh God. But comrade, listen. Yeah. Comrade, listen. If you're going to take a person's video, right? If you're going to comment on it, and he say, I saw a video on TikTok. So what he did, he conveniently cut out the first part with 26% of black people living below the poverty line because he don't want people to hear that.
Because, you see, those fellas are exponents of lies, half-truths, and innuendos. That's all. And the senior counsel the SC is not senior counsel, it's slave catcher. So them don't care. You see, having the knee on the necks of the own kind, I don't know. I don't know how they expect to get away with that for long. Especially now that the own kind has risen up and supported the UNC for the right thing, for the right method, for the right way to live, for the right future for the children. They are going to find these people themselves and they're going to ask them questions and shake them very, very hard. Now, Stuart Young and they took a $1.5 billion loan to
Correct.
with.
Yep.
So he all about calling press conference to try to build a case for himself. Because when the hammer fall, the only defense going to be political victimization. So he's trying to play this kind of role where the only hunt he down because but he can't hide behind that. He's a joke. They'll mash him up. He and all the rest of them, bandit and thief and them. Everybody getting rounded up. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I say within the next couple of months, all of them signing copybook in a station.
Oh God.
and on some form of bail or the other. My advice to them before this election, last year I was telling them, always spend some money fixing up the prisons. Fix the prisons. Because they're going to be in charge of Carrera, not Trinidad. The Trinidad and Tobago, the Anne is on Carrera Island. Them going to be the Prime Minister and ministers in Carrera. Watch your OC.
Thank you.
Good night, gentlemen.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice night.
Thank you. So, folks, on the 20th of April, this is exactly how many Trinbagonians feel on the 20th of April. Take a listen.
Would not be in office, Madam Speaker, beyond August 2025. And on that glorious day, we would sing with one voice, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last, free at last.
That is how people felt on April the 28th. That is exactly how they felt. Yeah? But let me get back to Rambles. Rambles, you get exposed now, eh? We know you're at PNM now, right? But Tommy, to make it worse, eh? He was exposed even more. KFC, welcome.
Remember what Uncle Tommy?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
them life too much better than them to make a lifetime happy.
They
better drop no soup up there. Them better make them. Them lifetime I go feel happy. I go.
Oh God, yeah. So, Olia, I'm not gonna play this long one, eh? But not only did Rambles get exposed by WZYE 95.9 FM, eh? But he was also exposed in another scenario too as well. Right? Take a listen to this. Them fellas and them boy, listen to me. Tommy, you cannot be half pregnant. If you're going to support a party, come out and tell people, listen, I'm supporting them like one. Oh, I don't use SC. All right, comrade. I'm supporting two parties. Think about this, Tommy. Tommy, if I tell you only two parties can win an election in Trinidad, I ain't supporting the PNM. You know what I'm supporting, right? I ain't had to read, write, and spell for you.
Correct.
Right? So anyway, I want you all to listen to this. I'm not going to play all of this for you all. But listen to this. This is when Shambles get exposed again. I mean, Rambles get exposed again as well. Take a listen to this.
In what way?
Well,
because when you say I have my own inclinations, what do you mean? A political leaning, a political bias?
I said seems.
Okay.
I said seems.
Because it is on record that I don't support any particular party. I have
you hear that? You hear lie? You hear lie? He don't support any particular party. But you took a man video, you cut out the part against the party, and you only put in the other part. And you don't support no party. Rambles, you get exposed, boy. This fella exposed you. This fella name was King. What is his name, boy? King something. He exposed you, and we just exposed you too as well.
Actually, never voted in my life.
Never, Mr.
You hear that? You have lost all moral authority, Rambles. You never voted in your life yet? Never? Boy, you know who he remind me of? He remind me of Rock with the Axo.
Right.
Who went to Trinidad to renew his membership in the PNM, but he tell we he never voted for the PNM. Is that accurate, Tommy, or my line?
No, that's what he said.
Okay. All right.
Rambles?
Never. I grew up in a Jehovah's Witness home, never grew up voting, and the only time I considered voting was in 2020, and nobody impressed me, so I didn't vote. This election, I may take a chop. Who knows? I don't know yet. I'm still weighing my options.
You're still weighing your options. All right. Before I move on to the question that I really asked you, I want to make a comment, and I want you to please be very meticulous in how I deliver this. I'm not going to be saying this to offend you directly. My job is not to come on TikTok and cuss out and berate nobody. That's not the King style. And anybody in my life could tell you that. But I must say, I have a position on non-voters, which I really and truly do not respect. I actually do not respect a non-voter because of the reason being, it doesn't show you standing for anything. And according to one leader that I really truly respected and admired in my university attendance in the United Kingdom is Martin Luther King. And I came across a quote that said, "A man who don't stand for something will fall for anything."
Correct.
Well, you see, politics, like religion, is like a sports team. There are persons who are very passionate about their sports team and they want their sports team to win. The same PNM people will want their...
lie.
Yeah, even if, let me give you an example of something, right? You know, I make videos on different platforms. You brought the example of the builder, and I agree. If I hired you to build a wall or anybody to build a wall and I say building shippiness, you lost your work. But that does not mean that I am now going to rehire the builder you replaced, who was also doing shit. You see, that's the problem. We want change, and I'm going to say,
you're going off the rail there. No. Let me correct you there now. You're saying, even if I fire the current builder that is erecting the wall, that doesn't mean I'm going to hire the terrible builder.
That was there before you.
That was there before. And that, to me, is a suggestion that you suggested it was the previous leadership.
Yep.
I'm talking about the PNM and the UNC. You see, we like to say we want change, right? But if the people truly want change, and you say that no particular party has a divine right to be there, then the UNC today is in opposition for a reason, right? And they are in opposition for a reason.
I'll interject. Under the UNC in 5 years, we had a GDP of 5.4%, which was a lot higher. Do you know what our GDP is under PNM in almost 9.5 years?
It's much lower, and the reason why it's much lower.
Okay, wait,
again,
could I just share, Mr. Rambles, please?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Under the People's National Movement, wide public who is listening, we have suffered tremendously, and the GDP, gross domestic product, has been 1.6%.
You don't know what that is?
Under the stewardship of the United National Congress, we've seen glorious days of a 5.4% GDP. So that's a clear demarcation that the UNC, in shorter space of time, have proven themselves tremendously to be much more effective in their governance compared to this People's National Movement, which is extremely terrible, I must admit.
Okay. If that is a fact, which it is, because the GDP has fallen, we don't change. And I'm going to say...
Hey, Rambles, we had enough for you. I don't want to hear no more of you. You don't want to hear you. Don't want to hear you. Right? You use our PNM, and you create your videos on them with your PNM leaning ways, right? And you don't want to admit you're a PNM. And you see, Tommy, them fellas and them, they only want to talk big. And when you're doing videos, come clean, be transparent. You understand?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good
KFC.
afternoon, Mr. Washington. That youth man fully educated, you know what's going on. Them is PNM, you know.
PNM?
Them is party, them is like Gordon Joseph and party and all of them, you know.
You man educating them. Them fellas don't know about GDP and thing like that. You understand? And you want to play, use a big TikTok and you this bright and you this, that, and the other. Yeah?
They pay them education, like they keep it done. It's a young educated black man educating him.
Educating him, schooling him.
Schooling him. Them, something really wrong with the people, you know.
Boy, you think it easy?
26% suffer narrowly.
Suffer and Rambus take it out. Rambus remove it. Because he don't want his audience, he don't want this audience to know that under Rowley, 26% of black people was living below the poverty line. So he cut up the video. He cut it.
Yeah, they
Rambus all your wicked and evil, boy. All you want to mislead people. KFC, you're reconnecting.
Under Rowley and them. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And next one say we sell out. So we must take oppression on that. This nasty, evil, wicked PNM.
Yeah.
You don't let them get black conscious now.
Yeah.
For penalty because most of the happy people I see when they lost it, they see them in the papers.
Yeah.
They see them in the house.
They're happy now. Yeah.
They're happy now. They're happy they lost. That was nasty and evil. People just happen the video of the young man school and so shop with people or that stink.
Yeah, man.
I love to understand. Bless.
Yeah, bless. Brooklyn callback. Tommy, all I'm saying is this, right? You have the freedom to pick whichever party you want to support.
Correct.
But when Rambus does this, hold on, let me take this call. Hold on, eh? Brooklyn callback.
When Rambles.
Yeah. Financial Guru, welcome.
Yes, good night, Professor Walsh. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Good night, everyone.
Good night, sir.
I began, good night, folks. I began to listen, but I didn't get to hear all of Stuart Young's dissertation today. But Professor Walsh, I want to remind you something. You didn't read what I sent you because I told you there is couture in the PNM, and I don't think you really had believed me. If you read what I sent you, you will see that Stuart Young is preempting himself. He's still pissed off because they asked him, what about Penny? There is a struggle. And in fact, Foster Common had a press conference also today. And I think I didn't get to see it, but I think it has to deal with the deputy political leaders. But coming back to Mr. Young and the PNM, you got to understand, Mrs. Bisessa Prasad and the coalition of interest who formed the new government means business. Stuart Young and Dr. Keith Rowley, and from Noel Garcia to Fitzgerald Hines to Colin Imbud to Vishnu Danpal will have to give an account because there is billions, $143 billion is what our national debt is. Roughly, we have 5.5 billion of forex, foreign direct debt that we have to repay. Now, here's the thing with Stuart Young. Stuart Young, which you quite rightly pointed out, is why is he giving a press conference before Mrs. Penelope Beckles has been sworn in tomorrow as the opposition leader? There is a struggle. And Stuart Young and Dr. Keith Rowley, I told you he's like Barnacle. He barnacle to the PNM. They have Anselm Dennis in Tobago who say he not resigning as deputy political leader and he's not responsible. But the thing is, Stuart Young has to give an account for what they did regarding the drug and gas deal. It is not that if a politician says a promise is a promise until it is not. That's a saying. So he has to justify the amount of expenditure and money and time and resources that was spent on this drug and gas deal. And let me ask you this, Professor Wall Street. If I tell you, Anselm Lebono, Professor Tommy, I have a bag of gold, and you say, you know, that gold is there, but you know what, Anselm? it's 15,000 feet under my house in Trinidad and another 20,000 feet in my other property in Tobago. Can you access that goal? Answer. Professor Wall Street, can you? Yes or no?
If it under your house?
I say I have goal for you. Answer, I have goal for you.
And it under your house?
15,000 under my house, and you don't have the equipment, you don't have the permission. I have another 20,000 pounds of gold, but it's in Tobago, buried 20,000 feet. Is that a deal? No. Can you get that? Access that?
No, if I do have the equipment, if I do have the equipment, how I go get it?
Exactly. So what Young is doing is saying, because Mrs. Prasad is saying it is dead, and it is dead because you cannot do anything, because we have been saying long before, you cannot put your eggs in one basket, even if you have a 30-year license on Shell. It means nothing if the OFAC, which is going to be approved by the President of the United States, says no. So until Trump or whoever expunge themselves from the office, or they leave, or they demit, you have no deal. So it is dead. But what Mr. Young is trying to preempt is that the fact is he is going to be held responsible. There are things that we don't know. And you see, why he came out and said this is why he said this, and I will leave you with this. He came out because the new Minister of Energy, right, Dr. Munilal, says that he is going to show or shed light on transparency on this deal, right? And he does not want to look bad, and he knows he's going to have to answer. So I will say this, and I would leave with this. Everything the PNM is doing now is null and void. They have been X'd out. I'm not saying that there can't be an opposition, but when you have people like Stuart Young, who is usurping the authority of Mrs. Penelope Beckles. Mrs. Beckles, unfortunately, she's hamstrung, and she can come out and say, that's why I told you why she talked about Dr. Rowley, whether people like it or not, right? But you have Dr. Rowley, who is probably still in the background, and you have other people like Brian Manning. Brian Manning does not like Penelope Beckles, I believe, because the fact is, if he could come out and say that he wants to resume, he wants to do away with the one man, one vote of the PNM, and he wants to go back to the delegate system, that means he would have picked Stuart Young. And if you read what I sent to you, you will understand what is going on. The fact is, there is going to be head rolling. That's why John Jeremy came, I believe, into Mrs. Prasad's cabinet. He knows where the dead bodies are buried, and Dr. Rowley, Stuart Young, Fitzgerald Hanks, and the whole bunch will have to answer. So a promise is not a promise, because if you don't have nothing, it is dead. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Uncle Tommy, have a good night.
Thank
Professor Wall Street.
Thank you.
Good night to you.
Yeah, King Wallace is the fella name. Tommy, read what your partner, your partner PNM Fox pop on the screen there.
I done last minute.
Brooklyn, hold on. Brooklyn, hold on.
WS, this applies to you and Tommy. Certain African leaders, particularly from the Zulu and other Ingoniese and Guanese group, participated in the slave trade by capturing individuals from rival groups during conflicts. And
Oh God. Let me take this call. Brooklyn, welcome.
Good afternoon, Washington, Uncle Tommy, viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
Well, what Tommy just read, I want to tell that person.
That PNM Fox. That PNM Fox.
PNM Fox. You're supposed to write that after 2015 to 2020, when Rowley we tighten we belt and put the rope around my neck. That was Rowley tell me. That when you should have posed that. Not now. You 5 years late, PNM Fox. You
I think
5 years late.
I think he talking about the PNM, you know. How PNM enslaved black people.
Yeah. I think
I think he talking about
because
yeah.
Because no way you could say the UNC enslave anybody when under the UNC the poverty rate was
the law among the black people living below the poverty line. You know, Brooklyn, that's a great point, you know. How could you say something like that when your party increased the amount of people that look like you from 17.3% to 26.3%? Who enslaved who?
I don't know who these people only studying, only taking this PNM education that brainwash them. And I'm going to talk about Rambles. Because Rambles get power the other day, and an Indian girl gave her a little spot and she place to stay with a little rent he supposed to pay. He wasn't paying the girl the rent. You understand? He quarreled with he dirty, he nasty and stink like them PNM. He wasn't washing clothes. He had the girl place nasty. And then he come on social media because the girl went live. The girl said she don't know what to do again. And under the PNM, I see he post some video about PNM making the country good. He a PNM because PNM pay he as a
social media influencer.
Yes, one of the influencers. He was paid under the PNM, but not as much as what the influencers paying. They might be giving 2,000 if so much. Because you know the PNM do already get them. But again, he was putting out videos praising Stuart and Rowley. But the commenter tell you that he don't support no party and part.
They're disingenuous, man. They're too disingenuous.
Sick in the head.
Yeah, they're disingenuous.
And now I see the PSA hater. She don't know what to talk about again. She going after Tobago now. She going after Tobago, trying to come on live and tell people about Tobago, the history of Tobago, and the history of Tobago. I know they're listening. She passed Google all of them listening on this program this afternoon because they just listen. They don't call, they just listen, or they will come and fake profile and try to, text, put things up. But I want to tell them that give we a break. Or let's zip all your mouth for 5 years, rest free.
Now 20 years. 20 years.
No.
20.
Yeah, it could be more than 20. I always said UNC, when the PNM lost, I said that we wouldn't see the PNM for another 20 years. That was my slogan for a long time. But what I'm saying is, I want them to give you a rest for 5 years. Because I know after 3 years, the tongue will fall out the mouth, they can't talk. Because I say, I am giving my party, if I'm going to get the PNM 10 years to see nothing have been done, I give him a party 3 years to show how they could bring the country that PNM destroyed back on the foot again. Because not Trinidad alone, it will be Trinidad and Tobago. We will see tourism. We will see foreign exchange. We will see everything. Forex. We will see everything flowing. We will see foreigners like me, Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, happy to go 3 and 4 and 5 times back to Trinidad in a year, not just a carnival. We will see people from all over the world coming home just to get in a comfort, because that's what home is. Home is where you can relax and go on the beach and don't go Maracas and study people going and try to kill you on the beach. This is what we want. And I'm giving my leader and Alexander and everybody else 3 years. I ain't getting no week like you sycophant and them for the PNM talk about. Let me see what Kamala gonna do, and Jenny all talk about what she promised PSA 10%. And Jenny go and sleep now, girl. Only listening. Only she I broke then tell she to zip it. Be fed up of them boy PNM 9-10 years, only do nothing for their neighbor. Only get little thing under the PNM, so they build all their house. But when only open all their bedroom window and the neighbor latrine stink, it's all in all their bedroom because they didn't study to help all the neighbor get a toilet. Only too wicked boy. Only we don't want to hear all them PNM on this show too. We don't want to only zip it now, man. Just listen what we doing. Sit back, get popcorn, and listen. What we're doing for the next 3 years would be a movie to show what PNM can do in 9.5 to 10 years. We're going to show you how our country's supposed to run. So let's give you a break, right? Give you a break, please. And that Rambles guy, he's a clown. He can PNM suffer he so much that he get put out from where he was paying rent.
Yeah, let me take this next one, Brooklyn. Let me take this next one.
All right,
yeah, man. Bless. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Good night.
Caller.
From Twin City.
What's your name, caller?
You keep it. I will go by the name. I will go by the name of Francis.
Francis.
Okay. Yeah, Francis. Calling from Twin City. We're running a good show, man. We're running a good program. Let me just give you a little some insight. People don't understand what GDP means. No. People don't understand that. Yeah. Right? And the PNM sycophants won't explain that to them. The wise ones who know what going on won't explain that to them. They'll go around the savannah with foolishness. Right? Crime rate was high under the PNM, and that is a statistical fact.
Yeah.
Right? Past PNM, crime rate was high. GDP was high under the UNC. And those are statistical facts. You can't get it from them. That's facts. Facts are facts. Facts are facts. Correct. Right? Now the opposition just a press conference to justify what? The man is a failed leader. Every ministry.
Caller, if you have your computer on,
somebody instructed.
If you have your computer on, load on your computer. Because we're getting a little feedback.
No, computer. Right. I'm going to talk outside the building because
we're getting a little feedback. Yeah, man.
I think let me just give me half a minute here and then out the front door.
No problem. Take your time. Take your time. So, folks, just so you all know, go ahead. Go ahead. We have you. Yeah, we hearing you. Go ahead.
Right. Right. No. The opposition leader, Sir John, come on to justify something and making a press conference. The man was a failed leader in every ministry, right? But he was getting sweat in every ministry because Rowley had earmarked him.
Yeah.
I told a colleague of mine, a PNM colleague of mine, I said, listen, I didn't know, I knew UNC would have win, but not by so much. You know what? He said unexpected. Assuming that we were looking at 10 to 12 seats. I said, but when only New Orleans win and lose, make it make sense. Instead of having a set of people up and down the place with red jersey, winding up the place and looking foolish, and all eating is roti and hamburger. Win and lose. So all you knew that, right? You all decided to both people not to choose Penelope Beckers in your last convention.
Correct.
Support Stuart Young and come and lose and only good and lose and only riding out and your two leaders riding out in the sunset with money in the back pocket. Come on, man.
Yep.
Well, it can't be so stupid, man. As a recent, I heard a podcast of a Nigerian pastor who lives in Texas. He said he studied the spirit of Trinidad. He didn't understand it. He said, my wife and I were arrested in Benin, Africa, for preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
He came to Trinidad and he felt this certain spirit. He couldn't understand what it is. You know what it is? He said we call it a Yoruba spirit. So that is why you are spiritually down. And he said in Trinidad, in Central America they call it Santeria. In Trinidad they call it Obie. Nigerian man. You're cult. You don't understand things. You're just talking cult. Fellas, have a good night.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, Twin City. Thank you, man.
Take care.
Yeah, man. So, folks, all you know when you come here, we try to educate you. Gross GDP or gross domestic product is a key economic indicator which measures the total value of all goods and services. It measures the total value of all goods and services that are produced within a country's border during a specific period. And that period is normally a year, right? It normally gives you a sort of a snapshot of the nation's economic activity, and that is used to gauge the overall health and progress of any country.
Economy.
Yeah? So that is what we talk about. When we come here, we also tell you we want to educate you. So when Rambos don't know about gross domestic product, you understand? It just tells you that, he needs to go back and learn something because he's totally trying to mislead people with his PNM rhetorics. Ms. Santa Cruz, welcome.
Good night again, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Yeah. I want to answer Gordon a question because in the chat sometimes the chats gets lost.
It does get lost. But I see, how could you say blacks are better off under the UNC, but you still did not vote for them? You vote for the PNM not once. I will answer him. But you go ahead. I will answer him.
You know what? Yeah, I wanted to tell him, like him, you believe the lies of Rowley.
Correct is right.
You were convinced that Rowley was speaking the truth about the partnership government.
Yes.
And it's only until you had an epiphany, I call it an epiphany.
That's okay.
And you saw the lie.
And I do research and I did my homework to realize that under the UNC, black people was prospering under Kamala Prasad Visesa. And I make no qualms about saying it. Okay? I make no qualms because the statistics are there. And the GDP. Look at the GDP as well. You understand?
And like a lot of other PNMIs, John Jeremy and
correct. Selwyn Kojo and all.
Open.
Kennedy Sawat Singh. Yeah?
Right, yeah. So I sing and Selwyn Kojo and a lot more that we can talk about.
Yep.
Right? Their eyes were open. They saw that Rowley was telling lies. Right? And just like how we make up the email gate, they switch around that thing. He followed the leader and he did that with the statistics. But God would not say that.
No.
He still of the belief that you're not telling the truth about why it is that you voted for them twice. But you can, sometimes you can tell these people want something over and over and over. But the saying is, it's better you have a child than to educate a big person. Thanks a lot,
Thank you. Thank you. And I was also say, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Right, Tommy? If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Yeah? And it is true, Martin Luther King says, your life ends the day you remain silent about things that matter. Martin Luther King says, your life ends the day you remain silent about things that matter. Let Gordon Joseph and Patty and PNM Fox and all of them remain silent. That's okay. But your life ended. Right? Because all of a sudden, you went by the dentist and they gave you Novocaine, even though they don't give you that no more. You get Novocaine, so your gum numb. And the dentist slips and inject some Novocaine in their brain too.
The brain numb.
So the brain numb. Tell me that numb brain. Oh man. Yeah, Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hey, look at the way you laugh. Yeah, just the man take anesthesia on the brain or
oh God. No, the dentist take the needle, it'll be a long needle, and he say, open up, and he hand slip and he go choop. Straight to the brain.
But Mr. Gordon Joseph coming on a program as an elder, right? And he worried about you. You living in America. You're not part of that percentage you living on the poverty line. Line, right? And whoever you vote for is your choice. But then when you did voted once, twice, because you give him the benefit of the doubt the first 5 years, then within the second 5 years, you say, hey, you doing the same thing and nothing improving, and then your mind change to show you that you're a person thinking and know what is beneficial to the people, and he's really was doing nothing beneficial to the people. Yesterday he come and he tried to fornicate a big, like he doing something good for the community. He teaching young boys and girls. But then the same Prime Minister you're backing up before. We're talking about Rowley, who say you have to groom a woman like a golf course. And the same young men who you training to be good men, to be respectful for your wife. You're coming on a chat, which I show some of them same guys, young boys who you're training, seeing where you're texting. So it makes no sense. Like that double standard you're seeing is one thing.
And
then the chat.
Yeah, Mr. Florida. And he calling an intelligent man a dog.
Yeah, tell him he's a dog and tell him all.
Yeah. You hear that?
A man who went Harvard and a man who went Harvard. you know, he teaching Harvard, you know.
Yep.
And these are the kind of people you have to get for those same kids who you're trying to encourage to do better. But your class demand, just like we heard your your past prime minister, Rowley class demand. So, Mr. Gordon, listen, in one hand you're giving and the next hand you're taking. We're just like the PLM. Look on this end.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday. Happy. Pre-birthday, JB Harper. Gordon Dryden Joseph, you shouldn't talk nothing about black, eh? Seriously. Right? Because I go revoke your black card. I seriously, I go revoke your black card. I to revoke it. You and the pastor with the internet search engine, all you shouldn't talk nothing about black. Nothing. I revoke your black card. I revoke it. Sorry. No more. Go some other place. Let me see. Okay, who's that here, buddy? Just a minute. Okay. Like the Knicks win the first game, boy, Tommy.
That's wonderful.
Last night, gentlemen.
Yeah, Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Well,
So wait, but
thank you
Mr.
very
Intellectual,
much,
1 minute. Folks, could you put your closing quotes, closing comments, and send your closing voice notes? Put your closing quotes, your closing positive quotes, right? Or your closing quotes, and send your closing voice notes on the WhatsApp. Go ahead, Mr. Intellectual.
If I have fella there, let's talk about the 6.5 of them.
Yeah.
Right? And how they training young men and all this kind of thing. And they're still coming and they're supporting this kind of wickedness. I really thought by yesterday and today and this morning, some people might have a change of heart. But it seems as though PNM did something seriously to these people and them that their mindset can't alter at all, you know.
Oh God.
For some people, they born a PNM, they got dead one.
Yeah, they have PNM till a dead.
And it looked like the 6.5 of them who just come on this program. The PNM 6.5 of them now.
Yeah.
Heading down that road. If it have any doctor anywhere could do a brain transplant, you could send them there. But it ain't no doctor. The only person who change their mind has already changed their mind against them. And if they don't look sharp enough, you know what's going on with them? They're dead at PNM.
Yep.
I come to that conclusion this evening.
Yeah.
All the they're espousing about God and all this kind of thing. The only thing they're loyal to is the devil.
Yeah.
Because anybody that could hate good things and seeing the poor elevated. But that's what Jesus came to do, you know. To elevate the poor, the helpless, the sinners, all them people and them who suffering in a quagmire, a sin and disgrace. Come and lift them out of that. Them fellas and them don't want that. Them want people to remain right there. Them prefer to see them suffer and dead than to lift them out. So you could imagine what they was training them young boys and them to understand. That it's okay to be a xenophobic. Right? It's okay to cuss in the parliament. It's okay that when you go up on the pulpit, you could discriminate against people because God doesn't allow that. That's what I'm teaching them young men and them. That's why the PNM prospering right now. You know, if the election is over yet, the election done. But wickedness continues, and they're still supporting the wickedness continuing. And they don't want nobody to talk about it. They're afraid people expose them.
Correct.
But the devil exposed already.
Yeah. Yep.
Have a blessed night, gentlemen.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Same to you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Well said. Well said.
Happy birthday to you, JB. So listen to this, right? Tommy, listen to this. You know, and let me be impeccable in my words, yeah? Listen to this. This is what the fella say. You believe that? KFC, welcome.
Mr. Washit.
Yeah.
I'll have a blessed night and till tomorrow me thank him. But Mr. Washit, all them are going to get black conscious, so well, it's election time. I think in the right, my concern, I see them concern voting up in East West corridor, right, Mr. Washit?
Yeah.
And watch the community. And plenty of them will talk here and thing, and then we see the black brothers and start suffering in the community and do nothing for them, you know. All them care about is the daily rapid contract and a CPAP contract, you know. That would them different, you know.
Yep.
Hungry thing, you know.
Correct.
So Gordon Joseph and Patch, all them, all the hall. When you went with everybody win.
Everybody win.
When you PNM win, it's just a slave black people.
Enslavement.
Will come down to election time.
Yeah,
and so they're
enslavement.
hungry, CPAP and URP. Firebomb the PNM, but you look for that nonsense. Mr. Washington, let them get a big cemetery and bury all of them politically, you know.
Oh God. Tommy. Let me play these voice notes. Hold on, I get oh, let me see this voice note. Let me see this one here.
Let me see one. Let me find any place
Professor Wall Street. If John Jeremy is a dog.
Busy, welcome. I'll play that voice note after.
Good night to all the listeners.
Good night.
Share
Good
the
night.
live.
Share the live. Good night. Share the live.
Hear this.
Yeah.
My grandson give me a question there, boy. I'm trying to figure it out, right? I don't know if you could help me. I know you're the man called professor, right? You're supposed to have a little idea about these things.
A little idea. Small idea.
Yeah. Hear it, right? He said, Papa, follow the blank space. That's all right. Listen. He said, everything made in and he skip out. Does not last long. You could help me with it?
Everything made does not last long?
No, he said everything
skip.
made in and he skip does not last long.
Okay. Maybe in evil. Maybe in evil, man. I don't know. Maybe in evil. Everything.
You're talking about China?
Huh? Tommy saying China.
Yeah, correct.
Look at that. You see?
And he said, I said, but give me an example. He said, Papa, shoot young. All right.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, that's a good one, Busy. That's a good one.
Let's see this voice note plays here.
Yeah.
Let me see something.
Good evening, gentlemen. Yes, there was an office to pay property tax. I was one of those that was told I had to pay it, regardless of my situation. And I did pay it within the time that they first announced, only to find that there were people that were not paying it. And I did get a receipt. So, and I can tell you, it was a hard, or should I say a heavy levy, right? And I did pay it and they were collecting it. Where that money has gone, I would like to know.
Hear that?
It's not a mindset. It's what you're told you have to do. And that if you break the law, the interest was very great. So to a lot of us that are law abiding, we did what we were told to do. But unfortunately, none of us probably thought that even though it was said that certain people would be exempt after a certain age, if you didn't have a husband, if you didn't have an income, it mattered to nobody in the PNM. As far as they were concerned, they were taxing us yet another tax. And as a result, we either paid it or we paid the interest. And I paid it. But unfortunately or fortunately, we've got a prime minister now that will deal with things in a correct manner. Thank you, Jesus.
You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
You hear that?
Yeah,
and really and truly, she didn't have to pay it, Tommy. She could have appealed it. You understand? Because if you appeal it, you'd rather pay it.
They frighten the people.
Yeah, if you appeal it. If, like, I appeal my taxes, my tax going up. My property tax going up. Me have to pay it, I appeal it. And I appeal it to the anyway, let's take this break. We'll be right back, folks. It's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, whenever you join us, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can always reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509.
Hold on. Go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah.
973-609-6509.
COP, go ahead.
Professor, good night to you again.
Yeah.
You know why your property tax gone up?
Right.
Professor?
Yeah.
Because that is the laws your country have. You see, we laws in Trinidad, we don't have the laws to pay property tax in Trinidad.
Yeah.
We have the laws to pay land and building tax in Trinidad, Patricia Reed.
Right.
And what Stuart Young and Rowley then was imposing on us is the laws what all they have outside there. So that every year they could have set up 2%, and up to 10%.
Yeah.
They could have set it up.
Yeah.
So the person who was paying Patricia Reed in Trinidad and Tobago, the PNM wanted to drop European property tax laws on us. The person who was paying $2,000 a year at 3%, if the PNM sends up to 5%, Patricia Reed is $5,000 they want to be paying. And they can send it up right up. And if they send it up to 10%, Patricia Reed, you could spend at 10,000, at 20,000 a year for your property. Why the PNM want to introduce that type of laws on us? You don't have no problem for water at Wall Street. You just get your water on time.
All the time.
You don't have problem for lights.
Nah.
Current don't go like that.
Nah.
So that is the responsibility you getting outside there. When you pay a property tax, you make sure you get them things.
And the school's
they
good.
Represent you the right way.
The school's good. You have good schools.
The school's good.
Yeah.
If they could flush the toilet properly.
Yeah.
Not in Trinidad over here.
The police good.
The PNM.
The police good. Yeah. When you call the police, a minute.
Very good.
A minute they're in front of your house. Yeah.
For 50 years. For 55 years. What, Professor? For 55 years in Trinidad here, PNM take land and building tax from us in Trinidad and Tobago. And today, the end of the night, when they want to jam property tax, we had the worst road. We had the worst community center. We had the worst corporations. We have lack of facilities in corporation. The budget system feel the worst amount of pressure. And the only work they can get is a URP work, a CPEP work, and might get a corporation worker. We don't want no property tax over here. Stay that in the European countries and tell the PNM bye-bye with our property tax. Repeal that law, Auntie Kamala. Mommy Kamala. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So, folks, let me give let me play this. Let me
But
play
then
this.
Rambali and Anita Haynes and Larry Lala and them will be thick and fleas. Because I was them looking like, pests, right? They bring all them.
Yeah, busy. You have a minute. Go ahead. You have a minute.
But the government supposed to start taking property tax, right? Will you start from the poor or the rich?
Say that again.
The property tax, why they didn't start from the rich? Why they attack the poor?
I don't know. I don't know why them decide to do that.
To attack the poor people to play to pay the property tax.
Mm.
Why did it start from the richer class?
Correct. But it start with the
They have to
bottom.
find something
Yeah.
something wrong.
Something wrong.
Something wrong.
Something wrong. Yeah. Yeah, man. Later. All right, let me finish.
Sway voters to come and vote for the PNM and they do the opposite. They cause people to run away. Look at in Chagonas West. I had the fella get 16,000 votes. Nobody don't know he. And why do you think he get that amount of vote? Because I hear questions are being asked. It's because of Dinesh Rambali. He caused people to come and ram the ex by the Rising Sun because of what he do. Those Mahani Makaram. They look what they get now. They all them going to doghouse with the fleas. Right, the PNM fleas they have. PNM can never make a better choice than those fools to bring them on the campaign trail. Become UNC refuse, old car battery and all iron, and they get what they get. Losses. Have a good day, Uncle Tommy and Mr. Wall Street.
Good night.
You know, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street, Gordon Dryden, there's always had to come with the last laugh at the end of the day, the closing curtain, as they say. You can never resist that on the show, You have to send in a voice note to be the last person to say anything on this show. You understand? You come like the ending of a movie. The end, right? Not the beginning and the middle. You have nothing else to say other than the foolishness and rhetoric you just comment, and then turn around and try and blame you when they can't say nothing again. Gordon Dryden rock, so yeah. Have a good night, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
So, folks, let me give my closing. Let me give my closing quote. Let me give my closing quote before we go. I know if I want to spend time watching that Stuart Young press conference. Now I think it's a waste of time.
Distraction.
Today is Monday, May 5th. Good morning, Lord. Today is Monday, May 5th. A new week is beginning, and I place myself before you before anything else, because I know that without your presence, I lose my way. But with your spirit, I find strength. Today, I ask you, don't let the enemy steal my peace. Don't let worry silence my faith, and don't allow any negative voice to paralyze me. Give me balance to face the pressure, wisdom in every decision, and faith strong enough to endure even the hardest days. Father, may this Monday not be just another ordinary day, but a day marked by victories, lessons, and protection. Open the right doors, remove every heavy burden, and go ahead of me, making a way where I see none. I believe when I place my week in your hands, the impossible becomes possible. And if you are with me, no evil can stop me. In Jesus' name, amen.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall says that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it. Like I always say, you're the man in the mirror. You have to become that change that you want to see. However, if you're looking at mirror and you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Stay strong. Be safe. We'll see you on our next session, and that's going to be tomorrow evening, God willing.
You know, Tommy, it's interesting, eh? It's interesting, eh? You know, Gordon Dryden Joseph forward that Shambo's video to me. You know that, right?
After he has seen our video for so long.
And correct, Tommy. Correct, Tommy. After he have seen our video for so long, not one word out of him to even say, boy, you know, Wall Street, that man mislead me with this video, boy. Eh? It is very dishonest to play just what you want people to hear. But what are you talking about?
But what happens is that these actions just prove to us how disingenuous he also is.
Correct.
He professes to be upright.
And he done right. That's what it is. Right? You want to be like Pontius Pilate. Right?
Exactly.
But he's just a pilot. Anyway, other place was in clown now.
Yes, the comedy hour is now about to end again.
Well, you're part of it. You in the audience.
Some
oh God.
are the ministers. Some of the ministers new, some are not new. Platform for people to come and talk about things that, you know, could make Trinidad and Tobago better, that could make, you know what I mean, this place a place where people will feel more comfortable than before to come, hear the narratives. I want to apologize to me first, you know, but I was wrong like a, oh no. Yeah, there I was thinking that come the 29th of April, you're going to be hearing about building, you're going to be hearing about making, you're going to be hearing about rejuvenating, you're going to be hearing. I was wrong like a, oh no. I mean, I heard the Prime Minister, and I find she sung real good. I'm telling you honestly, she sung good. And she quote from the book that I endorse. So when I heard all of that, I saying, well, okay, well, maybe for Monday, please God, when the officers are, you know, the officers are open, the narrative now will be, you know, I mean, remembering what the Prime Minister said, because you have something to refer to about no hate and no render evil for evil, and we're going forward and we're building. But hear these programs. Hear these programs. And you know what they're comfortable to do? To call on John and Harry, and he's at this, and he's at that, and she's at this, and like if they're doing anything other than making you look real. I wouldn't say the word because it's not part of what the book that I endorse comprise.
You know,
oh God, night. Let me see if we can do better tomorrow.
You know, I always talk about being being
impeccable with your words.
But some people will just push you to the point where you just say you don't know if, like you always say, if you think education is expensive, you really have to try ignorance.
But I want to tell you, you can't, you're really and truly, you have to take a deep breath and you have to find a quote to address people like Gordon Dryden Joseph.
Because at the end of the day, not just he, but many others are in the same predicament. It's just 2 days that or 1 day that the people, the new party has gone into office. They just basically setting up the office. Look at Whitehall.
Now, Tommy, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. That as far as they are concerned, that is nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that.
On day one, they're supposed to roll out all the policies and have everything popping. No time to even gas up.
No time to breathe.
No time to gas up the machine.
But let me play this closing quote before we go. Closing voice note.
Gordon Dryden says he's not a PNM. No, he might never be one. Where's that closet PNM and you know that, boy? Yeah, that closet PNM. Everything the PNM do could be no wrong for you. Right? No wrong at all. I just wanted to know that is a closet PNM if you don't know that. I'm going to go to Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Yeah, man. Bless. Let me go to the what boy? Government collected 105 million in property tax, you know. And that was supposed to go to the corporations, you know. I wonder how much of that they get. Anyhow, let me get you closing comments, folks. Let me see here. Let me start with the closing comments. Ninja Girl say good night, everyone. Blessed and informative program. Bless. Semantic 62 says be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Lovely. Princess Margaret says even the rich have to bow to God. People need to wake up and treat each other with love. Susan Lolchan says good night. All have a blessed night and God bless. Miss Santa Cruz closing comment, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Alvin Toffler.
Very good.
Yep. Margaret says a seed planted doesn't grow into a plant overnight. My closing comment. Correct is right.
Yes.
Look up the one on the bamboo tree, Margaret. Mr. Intellectual closing comment. Men who lie is known as slave catchers. Oh God. Yeah. Susan Lolchan, our prime purpose in life is to love one another. If we cannot do that, at least let us not hurt each other. PNM Fox, quoting the Bible now. Do not judge or you too will be judged. This verse, along with verses 2 to 5 in Matthew 7, emphasizes the importance of looking at one's own flaws before judging others. Oh, what a hypocritical statement. What a hypocritical statement. Gordon Dryden Joseph says, I'm not a PNM member and may never be. PNM Fox says, quoting scholars do not make you a scholar. I think that's it for the quotes, folks. Okay. So, folks, we are out of here. We see you tomorrow, same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. And we're going to go out with. We're going to go out with this tonight. But take care, guys. See you tomorrow.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody
fixed by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins, everybody wins. Vote for peace, vote for love, vote for hope, vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins, everybody wins. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team,